Hello, everybody. Glad to be here today with you on this wonderful evening. And with that said, we have some things we have to address in regards to ALBT. That's going to start the news headlines here tonight for Crypto Talk Now. After that, of course, we'll get into welcoming more and more people from the audience. In fact, we'll do that first. But on top of that, we happen to have other new headlines that we'll get into. It's going to be a great show. Quant, XRP, believe it or not, some XLM. Yes, really nice to see that. LCX, HBAR, Jasmy, and even some Casper and XDC news, especially. It's going to be a great show. Glad to have you here tonight. And with that said, let's kick it off with the first comment of the night. And that basically is from, who shall it be? Well, technically, it's Larry. He says, let's get this party started. Thank you, Larry. 9 likes. Thank you. By all means, guys, hit the like button if you don't mind. It's free. Helps us get our show out to more and more people out there. I do see some other shows currently going on in the space. That's all right. We will definitely get through it. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great show. So let's welcome. In reality, this is the first comment. So it's April Cornwell. Good to see you, April. She says, hey. Hope everyone had a beautiful day. Always with the flowers. Thank you, April. Good to see you. Going a little bit further down, we have Larry says, let's get to 100 likes. That'd be a great goal. Be pretty cool. KK's in the house. Good to see you, KK. Much prefer you two as versus a panel. Well, thank you for that. I mean, I like those guys too, but I understand everybody has their preference and so on. We will discuss something that's going to happen for next Monday. It's going to be big, but before we get into that, we're going to again welcome a few more people. Thank you for being here. Let me see this. KK CTN Roundtable is 1 week. Oh yeah, okay, he's got that. Crypto Smith is in the house. Thank you for being here, Sean. We'll wait for a few more people to come on in. Maybe when I see some certain numbers, then I'll announce that. But we have some big news in regards to Sean and I. You're not going to want to miss it. And let's get further down. Let's see here. Max, please remind our listeners that nothing we talk about tonight is financial advice. Please do your own research. Yes, absolutely. We definitely want to state that we are not fortune tellers or anything like that. If anything, we're content creators, bring the news. By all means, I mean, anything you're serious about and so on, everybody should read white papers. And if you don't have the time to read a whole white paper, make sure the project has a decent light paper. But for me personally, I read their white papers. Yeah, a lot of times, a lot of stuff is academic jargon. And it seems very, boring. But you owe it to yourself to have a better understanding. But teach his own. Coochie Boy's in the house. Good to see you, Coochie Boy. And if I didn't welcome you earlier, Sean, welcome. Glad to have you here tonight. Brian Dowie's in the house. Thank you, Brian Dowie, for being here. Sobo's in the house. Always good to see you, Sobo. Stump Rider, what's up, Max and crew? What's up? I did see some of your questions regards to ALBT. We'll get into that. We did address it yesterday, but also got to keep in mind that with the time difference, or maybe not everybody watching the show and so on. Maybe you haven't got the news, but we'll definitely address some of these issues. Grizzly Bear Greg's in the house. Great looking Phoenix, rising from the ashes. And I do live in Phoenix. Funny how that works out. But good to see you. And let's see. I think I just lost my spot, but that's okay. Let me just highlight that then. 16 likes. Thank you very much. Let's just welcome a few more people. We're only about 4.5 minutes into the program. Let's see. We have Tim Shea, of course, who says, hey, thank you for being here, Tim. And on top of that, we have Ricky Tiffin, man. Juno, this is the show you've been looking for, man. All right. Crypto McDizzle, for shizzle manizzle for show. What's up, friends? Good to see you, Mike. I did see the tags that you put me in on Twitter. Thank you for that. We'll get into some of those particular ones, like Brad Garlinghouse and so on. The Triple C, Cool Cat Crypto's in the house. Good to see you, Cool Cat. Hopefully everything's peaceful with you and that you're doing all right. And let's see. How about this? Crow Tonic Volt. Very cool. I have Crow. I don't have Tonic yet. I do have Volt. But Tonic is going to not be a long-term hold for me. I just want to state that for the record. That's going to be a quick flip. Whether people are okay with that or not, that's just the way I look at it. All right. Let me go further down.
Here's my kitty. Kitty, kitty. I want to pet my kitty. I like kitty poos.
All right. Let's see. All right. Zamir Khan's in the house. Thank you for being here. And do we have anybody else that we left out? Maybe I left out GS. Good to see you, GS. Bachtron's in the house. Welcome, Bach. Bach. Right? Bach. Yeah, Bach. All right. Crypto God states, so mad can't buy cheap ALBT. Well, let's face it, with the V2, it could drop like a darn rock. So anyway, Rich Common Sense Crypto says $50 to $100 LCX 2025. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it too. But not. I'll be into it long before then, hopefully. All right, Bach, all Tim, Max. Yeah, thank you very much. Heat 77. Heat score 77. Welcome back. Good to see you here. Apparently not yours. Or did you get into it? I don't think you did. All right, Sobo devoted 3 hours trying again to link Schwab to LCX. Oh boy, Mr. Klaus Schwab, fill only your LCX, all of it, and you will be happy. All right, 100 LCX. I'll be retired. Looking to get more than that, but you know what? I mean, I guess if we held it long enough. All right, let's see where we're at. Bachtron states, when the ALBT airdrop and tokens, don't have word on it. As soon as I get word on that, we'll definitely let you guys know in regards to just that. What's going on with the ALBT V2? Will there be new tokenomics? All that, the whole breakdown, we'll definitely get it out to the community. All right. Tim Shea says, Max, you and Sean are going to arm wrestle. Will there be wagering on the... Yes. Absolutely. We're going to have a huge arm wrestling competition. It's called basically Over the Top Talk Now. I will interchannel my inner Sylvester Stallone from the 80s, and he will be basically, channeling his inner Arnold, and then you will see the best of both worlds. It'll be like, classic expenditures, but like, a dynamic duo since KK doesn't like a panel. It'd be, Sylvester or Arnold Schwarzenegger versus, Ayo, Adrian, and it'd be like, wow, we're finally doing this. Yes, that's what the whole show would be. It'd be no talk about crypto. The only thing you'll see on the screen is that Sean will have his arm out, full bicep, XRP tattoo, and then you'll see mine, which will be XLM tattoo. And we'll go at it. It's going to be a great show. And then all the degens could come out from the woodwork, and they could throw money at it in the form of crypto, and we'll get it on. All right. We'll need a ring announcer too, somebody from the crowd, maybe Brian Dowie or something like that. Be like, and in this corner, the undefeated, undisputed XRP champion of the world versus Larry of Crypto Talk Now with his XLM, something like that. Anyway, let's get further down. Let's see here. JG's in the house. Hey Max, good to see you. Let's see. Any other questions? Siha DG. Siha DJ Deep. Sing Corona. Hey man, you mentioned about moving ALBT from trading to make account. Can I still do that, or is it to I didn't mention to move it to a MA make account? Oh, it's a typo. I don't see why it would be too late. I mean, you haven't got your airdrop. I mean, it's KuCoin, so you should be able to move things around. But you won't be able to buy anymore. You won't be able to sell anymore. So I don't see why you won't be able to do that. Yeah, you should still be able to just log into KuCoin, and if it's in your trading, move it to your main. Sorry, I didn't get the I see the typo. My bad. Guys, before I ask anything else, please hit the like if you haven't done so, especially if you just connected. It does help us tick up to get this the show out to more and more people. Excuse me. Larry 30 likes 30 XRP. Yeah. Yeah, Over the Top, that'd be crazy. That wasn't a bad movie. Some people don't like it. I thought it was all right. You're gonna turn the hat backwards to flip the switch like Sly. Yeah, I guess I could do that. That was such a classic movie. Anyway. Mayor Quimby from The Simpsons. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's kind of weird with that. The Reagan slash Mr. Burns. Uh, Mr. Cool Cat, buy that BSV. Become a Bitcoin maxi. Like a little bit of Reagan, a little bit of Mr. Burns, or Mayor Quimby of and in his corner, Mayor Quimby is gonna basically represent the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Mr. Iron Mike Tyson. Yo, man, you can't come up here on the stream, freaking, you gotta channel my older Mike Tyson voice. Anyway, all right, let's get into the show. We're 11 minutes in. Let's get it started. So the headlines basically is going to be ALBT, and then we'll get more into everything else. Starting things off right now, I'm going to show this. There's two particular parts that are going to address some of this. And let's go ahead and kick it into that. So here it is. This comes straight from CoinCU, as in ALBT V1, see you later, right? Bonk DAO stolen 120 million by price manipulation, Alliance Block token. Doom and gloom. Well, we got to address it, right? So it states that, basically speaking, there's some key points, as we know, and that basically is Bonk DAO, ALBT protocols were attacked by the smart contracts, causing quite a bit of damage. What's the point of having a smart contract if it's not secure? This is not me fudding it, but this is also me being real. I am objectionable just like anybody else. It says Peck Shield estimated the hack's damage to be around $120 million. My goodness. On top of that, ALBT asserts that the incident is completely isolated from the Bonk DAO Tros. And I want to state this. This is not the same Bonk as, for instance, Solana. That's spelled totally different. But yeah, they basically assert that the incident is completely isolated from the Bonk DAO Tros and that no smart contracts were compromised. That at least is good news. The team from Alliance Block is working on a solution that will allow users to withdraw all remaining collateral without repaying the BEUR. In the morning yesterday of February, or I should say February 2nd would be today, due to a vulnerability in the Bonk DAO smart contract. Basically speaking, we saw that the encryption protocol and Alliance Block suffered a loss of 88 million in the attack. So let's get into this. All right. Basically speaking, there's a vault that was controlled by the user, and it used basically minting euro-pegged payment tokens. The technical flaw of this basically was this exploit, which is still unknown, allowed the hackers to have sold around 1.2 million in the actual tokens, but have yet to be able to convert the amount to stablecoins or ETH due to the lack of liquidity. Alliance Block stated on Twitter that the incident has nothing to do with Bonk DAO Vault and does not violate smart contracts. So I know a lot of us are kind of mixed when it comes to this. It's like, well, how's that? And then we'll examine that a little bit more further in the future if needed. But I do understand the other side of that debate. Anyway, both groups are working on eliminating liquidity to reduce the risk of hackers converting stolen tokens to other assets, and of course have halted all exchange trading. Mike Cornwell yesterday verified that, at least I believe he did. Yeah, he did. KuCoin halted transactions and of course uphold. As far as the other ones, I didn't get any verification in regards to that, but we'll get more into this. Alliance Block has also paused bridging on the Alliance Block bridge, if you're wondering about that, until the issue is resolved. The next step is to take a snapshot of the users before the attack. I shouldn't say that's the next step. That's already happened. We need to hear more word about that. Then develop a solution for all affected users from the time of the snapshot. This includes generating new ALBT tokens and sending them to the address in the snapshot. Cody Core sent me a message, DM, that he basically bought, I guess, like $35 worth. He feels as though he's going to have to eat that. They have stated, I haven't seen the announcement, but it's been pretty consistent that if you bought any after this went on, or post snapshot, you're kind of SOL. Sucks, right? Anyway, I was mentioning to some people, like, I am not going to buy any more of this because if anything, it'll be just a gamble. Some people took advantage of that. I think if anything, some people did okay with that if they bought and sold. But when word really got out there and spread like wildfire, I would say most people got wrecked, right? Because we did see the prices all the way down to like 2.5 cents. And technically speaking, I mean, if there is any exchanges out there that are trading it, well, really, I mean, there's not any liquidity really, and it's at 2.5 cents. But just because it's listed at 2.5 cents, the reality is zero, because without liquidity, you don't have anything. So anyway, this includes generating new ALBT tokens and sending them to the addresses in the snapshot. Peck Shield estimated the hack damage to be, like I mentioned earlier, 120 million, including 108 million, 98 million, which is BEUR, 11 million, which states was roughly 113.8 million of wrapped ALBT. Here's some more of those particular statistics. Even wrapped ALBT dropped by 50%. The actor, I'll show you guys this. Let's take a look at this. So it states the actor then walks away with withdrawing the illicit gains of 113.8 of wrapped ALBT and 98 million of BEUR valued at 10 million. Some of the tokens were then dumped, resulting in a major drop. Wrapped ALBT dropped by 50%, so on and so forth. And here's more of a screenshot of like how this all went down. The sender, the receiver. I mean, this is kind of nerdy stuff. You want to take a look into it, but I mean, if you're into that, you're into that. Here's where wrapped ALBT was originally. Then boom, you see the massive dump. Sucks to see this, but it's also nice to have a graph, a diagram to show you what's happened. I mean, people are going to call it a rug pull. Let's face it, and some people feel as though that there was some kind of blatant manipulation. A lot of people lost confidence. It's any way you want to look at it. It's very, very damaging. This is not me just trying to FUD it. I'm into ALBT. Came in the wrong time apparently. Was excited the other day. Said to myself, "Wow, look at these prices." If anything, I think we need to be patient. Personally, this is just what I'm doing. I'm not going to say you got to do the same thing, but I'm looking to basically, wait this out. Wait for the airdrop. See what happens and not panic. I mean, come on, really, I don't even think I can. Anybody who didn't do anything, I mean, we can't really do a whole hell of a lot anyway. So we'll see what happens. Anything official comes out, we'll definitely follow it. There is a little bit more in regards to all this. Let me get to the next page. And that basically is Slow Mist. They released a brief analysis of the attack on just that bonked down protocol. I know this is going a little bit over the 5 minutes in, 5 minutes out, but I want to point this out real quick. Slow Mist, the security team published a summary of the attack on the bonked out project. The attacker exploited the oracle to quote the required collateral, which was the fundamental cause of the attack. The attackers amassed a substantial amount, of course, of wrapped ALBT and the BEUR tokens. We already mentioned some of this. But yeah, that was converted. The 558,000 BEUR was converted, of course, to 534,000 of DAI. Hackers continue to convert ALBT to ETH, but no funds have been discovered to be transmitted to exchanges or other platforms, despite the whole thing with the liquidity being completely drained. Here's a little bit more in regards to this. Let me pull that up. All right, so again, it's just, like a back and forth with a lot of this, right? So you can see some of the, what you see right here, some of the particular updated prices. And again, if you're going to kind of nerd it all out, I mean, it's all literally here. Here's another particular diagram. You have 113 million of wrapped ALBT. They have been burned on Polygon and withdrawn from ALBT from ETH. Part of ALBT was exchanged for ETH via this particular one right here. Part of BEUR has been exchanged to USDC, Circle stablecoin via Uniswap, and then exchanged to DAI via multi-cross chain to Ethereum. Here's a little depiction of how that looks. All right. There's a little bit more in regards to this. This will be the final one I'll mention before I kick it into the comments. The root cause of the attack was the cost of the required collateral to update Oracle. was much lower than the profit gain from the attack. Attacker manipulated the market and then liquidated other users by maliciously submitting the wrong price. So, I mean, maybe the attacker got a little something out of it, but definitely not, the whole amount. It's kind of like somebody trying to, weird analogy, try to pull off a big heist, right? And it was the equivalent of basically robbing like a convenience store. You know what I mean? Just didn't quite work out the way that they wanted. And as a result, end result still the same for us who hold this, right? It's not good news. And if anything, it's now a distressed asset. Let me know what you guys think in regards to the comments. I'm sure you already voiced your concerns. We'll, of course, follow this more closely. And yeah, I'd like to hear from you guys. Let's kick it back into the comments. All right. So let's see where we're at. We're at 44 wonderful people. Thank you for being here tonight. I do see a few more people connected. I'll get to where I welcome you guys just a little bit. Let's see here. Ricky Tiffy. There was news Coinbase to relist XRP. We do have some of that. I think Mike Cornwell hooked us up with some of that particular information. So thanks for that. XXI Game is in the house. Good to see you. What's good, everyone? Fire, 100%. Max crazy. Well, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Let me see where we're at. Big Day's back. What's up, Max? You're on a trip. Or you're a trip. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. I will read this, even though it's pointed to Ricky. This is good info. Tim Shea states Coinbase bought a large amount of XRP not that long ago. Mr. J Crypto, CoinX suspended the withdrawals and buying of ALBT. I want to state this, all right? So, when it comes to this, I mean, the way I look at it is this. I still believe in ALBT. Every now and then there's going to be something that's going to happen, no matter how secure we think all this is going to be. You never may believe it, but based on some things that happened in the past, again, I'm not trying to make any excuses or anything like this, but what we do share as far as content here at Crypto Talk Now, like we mentioned, it's not financial advice. Please do more of your own particular research and so on. But I also want to state, sometimes, we're human beings. We don't get things perfect. I do feel incredibly bad about it. But at the same time, I try to be positive about it. This is not like, Batman Inu or Suzuki Inu or, freaking some of the other ones, Squid Games of the past and so on. The way I look at it is it's all dependent on how well the airdrops go. And then on top of that, how they can move forward to go from here. But my main thing moving forward is just that. What's going to happen with the price? Because, I mean, if it's so distressed under a penny, then yeah, I mean, I might take the Jasmy approach to it and so on. And I think a lot of other people will do the same. Some guys might just look at like, you know what, forget long term. I'm just going to swing trade the crap out of this. Whatever the case be, we're all taking a close look at what happens moving forward. All right. Tim Shea says, Mr. J, KuCoin did the same yesterday about this time. Very true. Mr. Boomer F and Sooners in the house. Good to see you. Howdy, folks. Money Max or Larry, right back at you. Good to have you here tonight. I want to get further down here. Cool Cat Crypto says he done put edibles in my cat food again. Mike did. And now that's your face. Okay. All right. Brian Alley states, Max, what do you think about Ripple not selling XRP to exchanges for a few years? Also, exchanges that stopped trading XRP could have sold XRP. Lawsuit ends and not as much supply left. The way I look at that is a classic tale of supply and demand. If anything, it does create scarcity. I'm not talking about tokens, right? That's a whole other thing in itself. But if you think about it, it creates that much more demand. Maybe not much more supply, right? But that much more demand. That's scarcity in itself, right? So my thing is, yes, I'm that much more bullish, and the other side will look at that as being a bad thing. No, anything that becomes more of a rare asset, doesn't matter if it's precious metals, you name it, right? Anything becomes more and more rare or harder to get, price action, right? Here's a weird way of looking at it, right? A lot of you guys are around my age, right? So 1996, Tickle Me Elmo, right? Christmas time, hard to get, really, really hard to get. lots of demand. Can't find it anywhere. Hard to buy. Do I need to say more? You get where I'm going with this. So how about this? Another one a few years ago. I think I got it right here. Let me see if I do. Yep. I need to dust this thing off. I haven't used it forever. Remember this thing? Remember that? I'm sure you remember that. So this is not the original, right? But remember how hard this was to get Christmas time a few years ago? And everybody was like, oh man, I have to have that. Well, you know, that's the way I look at it. So if it's going to be that much harder because there's not going to be as much XRP on exchanges, I imagine price action will speak for itself. So what should we do now? Well, I can't tell you guys what to do, but for me personally, the way I look at it is even at 40, where were we at on XRP? 42 cents, something like that. I mean, it's still a bargain. Yeah, shout out to everybody who came in at 29 cents, 30 cents, and so on. I still think it's still a bargain. I'm looking at it right now, just shy of 41 cents. So I mean, come on. I mean, for some of you guys that have been in XRP for many years, you basically bought in for $2, $3. You have multiple bags. It's the power of the DCA, right? All right, great question though, Brian. Thank you for that. Yep, boom. Let's go further down. Crypto McDizzle, I had 20,000 ALBT on Uphold. Yeah. Well, I remember the other day you mentioned that, yeah, you purchased more. Yeah, it's one of those things, it's part of our crypto journey. You know what I mean? Like, am I proud that Clifford Inu is part of my crypto journey? No. Why does Max keep mentioning Clifford Inu? Because we got to stop buying crap. All right. Salamander says, hello, Mellow Yellow. That's a good drink. Who likes Mellow Yellow better than Mountain Dew? Raise your hand. All right, let's go further down. Crypto Mike says he understands if he does not get the 4,000, but I better get the 20,000 ALBT since I didn't sell. That's a great point. And you should, because it's all about the snapshot. Let's get further into it. Yo, Crypto McDizzle. Yep. Mabonk. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk is in the house. And let me see. He states, so was Inside Job rug pull discarded, or is there still a possibility that it was? I can't discard anything, and I won't discard anything. I mean, I'm leaning towards it wasn't, but I mean, we don't know. I mean, who really does know? I mean, if we get anything solid, we'll let people know. I mean, I'm not for flooding our own bags or anything like that, but at the same time, I mean, we will be objectionable and look at both sides of the debate. If something malicious happened, I mean, why wouldn't we report that? Anyway, check out Ever, please. Evergrow or some of these other ones. All right, let me go further down. Cash Cats is in the house. Good to see you, Cash. Howdy, peeps. Glad to have you here. Mr. J Crypto says, guys want to be your own bank. I have the video on my channel for free. Check it out. Oh, they want to be in their own bank. Okay. Well, let me write that particular one down. Can you give me the ticker symbol? Is it just simply Ever? Because I mean, I'm into Evergrow. I didn't really invest into it. That was more like a gamble from late last year. So it's Everscale. Is that the one you're talking about? Just give me some clarification. I'll get back to that in a bit. Tim Shea states, if ALBT fixes this right, we'll be fine. That's the way I look at it. Gala Games had a similar issue not that long ago and have recovered nicely. Great point. Great point. Look at the ease, sense of calm. That's reassuring. Thank you to the very well-spoken Mr. Tim Shea. He didn't get all, angry about it or personal attacks or anything, right? So thank you for that. Mr. J, I just subbed. All right, so Mr. J Crypto. Is your name on YouTube just that, Mr. J Crypto? Let me see. I'll give you a sub as well. Mr. J Crypto. Yep, I found him. And let's go ahead and share him. Maybe he just started his channel. I don't know, but he's a member of a community. Show this man some love. And here it is. Mr. J Crypto. Booyah Shaka. I'll try to subscribe to you on my other one as well. But yeah, here we go. Oh, you have a creative playlist. That was one of my that's my best performing crypto related video ever. I'm not as far as like gaming, but that's a different story. Anyway, thank you for that. That's awesome. Yeah, go ahead and follow him, guys. It's just Mr-J.crypto, all one word. And why not, right? Why not? Covers Quant, well, supposedly Quant, Energy Web, HBAR Algo, Stellar Lumens, Constellation DAG, XRP XDC, ABT, ALBT, LCX, and IOTA. Those are all really good picks right there. So help a brother out. And in his avatar, he has HBAR, obviously DAG, Polkadot, Quant. I think you have a link. I don't know. I'm looking at that wrong. You have Digibyte and you have a few others. That's cool. Very cool. All right. So getting further into the comments, then we'll kick it back into the news. If ALBT fixes this, okay, I already read that. My bad. Hey everyone, sorry I'm multitasking. That's okay. Max, bring us alpha. Bring us the alpha. All right. I'll get that in just a second. I'm gonna read this one more comment because there's no way I'll be able to read all the comments tonight. I mean, are they gonna sell millions? This is a valid question. Of liquidity from long-term holders just because they had a buy order for drops or daily DCA set up into ALBT. They better not. I never sold any. Yeah, I've seen some pretty crazy things in the comments. Like people are like, I will hunt them down, and it's just like we just gotta wait to see. I mean, we cannot base it on anything at this point. I know it sucks to be patient, but if we survive crypto winter, we can survive this. And I honestly think they're gonna. Come on. You're going to go to a V2. Do we realistically expect them just to whip out a V2 instantaneously? My thing would be like, well, I don't want to see another hack. So, you better double check that thing. You just bought more. Okay. ALBT got smoked. Sorry. Feel for the people that lost money. Yeah, I'm one of them. I'm very diversified. You think I really, did well with everything? No. Did well with a lot, but not with everything. Part of my own crypto journey. Same with everybody else. ALBT looks like LUNC Classic back in May/June 2022. I don't know about that. I mean, you're literally talking about, basically what? A coin that was originally top 15, maybe top 10 at one point, worth well over $100, tanked down to, what was it, 6 zeros and a number, and ALBT is literally 13, 14 cents, totally different type of market cap, and tanked down to, was it 2.5 cents? I mean, I'm not downplaying what you're saying. I'm just saying, it's a good analogy, but I just don't think it's as monumental as that. Anyway, all right, let me kick it back into the news, try to keep up with where we're at. So we did cover the whole thing with ALBT. If you're still not on the same page with what we're talking about, that's fine. Go to the recorded section. I did put out a video about an hour before the show started addressing the V2. It's kind of a little bit of like reiteration of what happened yesterday. Let me get into some of this. I want to show you guys this, and that is basically an introduction. Since we have a decent amount of people here right now. By all means, hit that like if you haven't done so already. So, guys, I want to show you guys this real quick. Cypherium building behind the scenes to be a top ISO 222 compliant token. Sean did a deep dive in regards to Cypherium, or introduction, I should say. So check out this particular video, and let me pull up his channel real quick, because there's a reason for it. Not just because he's also a fellow brother / community member, part of the CTM family, but I'm going to introduce something new to you guys. So give me a second. All right. Here we go. Crypto Smith, right? I did see he ticked up a little bit. That's cool. Please subscribe to him. And here's one of the main reasons also I want you to subscribe to him. Say hello to your new Monday co-host. Yes, we're going to have a show So we're going to see how well it goes. We might switch it to a different day. But as of next Monday, you're going to see a show which is just him and I, where for the most part, we're on the same page when it comes to our research. And I think it's gonna be a great show. It's going to be focused on utility coins and tokens. It won't be focused on any meme coins. So no offense to anybody, it's nothing personal. If you drop a bunch of meme coin information in the comments, we might not necessarily highlight that, right? Maybe we'll welcome you, say hello, you have a specific question, stuff like that. But the show, it will really be focused on a back and forth conversation, also engaging with the community in regards to like the likes of XRP, XLM. Those probably be the main focus ones, but we will talk obviously about some of these other ones, like for instance, Cypherium, just anything with utility, not necessarily like the ISOs. It could be, for instance, other ones that are part of the QFS, Quant financial system, just anything with utility. Like I mentioned before, in the future, not like necessarily tomorrow, I want to, do a deep dive into Theta, Near protocol, or I say protocol. Well, anyway, Near. I also want to do Tezos. Those are like three, and they have pretty solid utility as well. Obviously there's other ones, for instance, Polygon, but anything that has real solid utility, not things in which it's hopium for the future. Here's the utility we hope to get in the future. A lot of these are basically going to be anywhere from the top 100 to top 500, somewhere in that particular range. There could be particular ones that have that are micro caps but have utility, right? Shout out to you guys that have, for instance, GBEX, things like that. But again, the main theme is utility. I'm looking really forward to the show. I'm really excited about it. I feel as though Sean is a very well-spoken person, and I love his content that he has in regards to specifically XRP and XLM. So by all means, guys, if you really support CTN, you love the content here, give him a follow. You should, because he's the new co-host on Mondays. That's on Monday. It's a weekly show on Monday. Anyway, I want to introduce that. We do have some more content for you. I want to get into that right now. And that basically is in regards to Quant. And then after that, we're going to get into some XRP. But if anything, yes, thank you for everybody who just joined us. If you're new to the show and you don't have a custom avatar, consider changing your avatar to something that speaks more about who you are and what you're all about. And any questions or comments you have, by all means, ask. We're all new to crypto at some point. Don't feel bashful. We have a very welcoming community for the most part. So with that said, let's get into it. Here we go. And it's basically, like I mentioned, the whole thing with Quant. So did you know that there are now 337,287 people with Quant on their watch list, according to CMC and even CoinGecko? So that's cool. Like Greg Lunt mentions, shout out to Greg Lunt. He thinks we all know what will happen when the bull market returns. That's the way I look at it as well. A little bit more in regards to this. That was the snapshot from before. It's grown substantially since then. And on top of that, look at like where we've been, for instance, between both CoinGecko and CMC. But I want to show you guys a little bit more in regards to this. And that is this right here. So what is the main reason why Quant is in a league of their own? All right. Well, I've explained it numerous times, but maybe you're new. Maybe you're the type of guy, you just don't want to hear about this. Shout out to Cool Cat Crypto. I love you, man. It's okay. Quant's potential is out of this world. All right. That's the way I look at it. That's the way a lot of people look at it. Look at this. Quant Network wants to create one standard approach for blockchains. All right. As a solution, they have developed a blockchain operating system, aka Overledger. Overledger basically is to make multiple blockchains interoperable. Let's face it, 100 plus in that particular range. In other words, it allows those using Overledger's operating system to interact with multiple different blockchains simultaneously. On top of that, Overledger's operating system is intended to be the Windows, or if you're a Mac fan, OS of the future network of blockchains. The interconnection ensures that the most valuable aspects of each blockchain can be combined. Overledger also connects legacy systems with blockchains, the old technology, right? It's important to recognize that because a lot of people still use the old technology, right? So, if anything, Quant's CEO Gilbert Verdian stated this quote, Overledger's operating system lives on top of blockchains, but is not a blockchain itself. Right, it's blockchain agnostic. To use the Overledger OS, you will need to pay in Quant for each interaction, which creates a value for the Quant token. Also, licenses for the use of the Overledger operating system will be paid with just that, the Quant token, hence bringing utility to the particular token. A little bit more in regards to this. One of Quant's use cases, which, by the way, they have multiple use cases, and I say this multiple times, and that is a bunch of utility, multiple layers of utility. So, one of the use cases, multi-ledger tokens such as MLT for central banks, fintech, trading consortia, closed loop payments, marketplaces, and micro payment platforms. Multi-ledger tokens are tokens that can be issued on multiple blockchains simultaneously. These tokens, if you're wondering about it, are issued as stablecoins and have the same value across these different networks. A useful example is implementing central bank digital currencies, aka CBDCs. Quant's technology basically ensures that CBDCs only need to be implemented once. Yes, once, but can then be used on several different blockchains. The roadmap of Quant, which we may need to, look into that again, since now we're approaching, a new month going into March. March is going to be huge, right? The roadmap of Quant Network looks very promising. Recently, Quant Network has launched several versions of the Overledger operating system. Since the beginning of 2021, it has been possible to access the Bitcoin, ETH, and Ripple network through the Overledger operating system. Listen to this. End users can now access 3 different blockchains through a single interface. In the upcoming release, community members will be able to use external connector gateways. This means that the Overledger members, or I should say, this means that the community members can become part of the Overledger operating system network. For more information, of course, you can go to the Quant Network report right from the Quant website. And then, there's a reiteration of what Gilbert Verdian was stating, but a little bit different. Listen to this. He states, we are not like a crypto project. We are conducting ourselves like the MasterCards and Microsofts of the world. This comes from the head honcho. How many times have I said I look at Quant as being the Microsoft of crypto? And then just to reiterate it, you have Gilbert Verdian telling you basically the same thing in different words, right? We have done everything to the highest standards. How could you not feel bullish about the likes of Quant? All right. Of course, there's a little picture there. We've seen these type of pictures before. I'm going to kick it back into the comments, and we have, for instance, some more Quant coverage, as well as quite a few other ones to talk about, XRP, XLM. It's going to be a great show. Thank you for being here tonight. And if anything, let's see who is next up in the comments. I did see we ticked up to 52. Really appreciate that. This was posted a while back, 20 minutes ago, so we have some good problems tonight. Sorry about that. Crypto McDizzle says he just picked up another 5% worth of his bag, according to the BS ALBT Twitter that has only 5% of the holders on it. I'm losing it. Oh boy. Well, sorry about that. I mean, I know I hate anybody getting wrecked. I hate getting wrecked. I hate seeing our community get wrecked. Anybody. Crypto Smith, very lucky I didn't pull the trigger on ALBT. I bought LCX instead. Well, even if you would have bought it a lot higher than a lot of other people, you still would have been doing a lot better than the likes of me on my ALBT. But again, it's part of my own journey. And before I get more into this, I want to state, for the record, again, I think we still need to see how this goes before we just panic too much. All right, Boomer F Center, sweet, 2.2 billion more going to Ukraine, including long-range missiles. Yeah, I hear you on that. JG per ALBT CEO Rashad, is it Rashad or Rashid? I can't remember. The new ALBT token will be minted no later than next week. Good info. Thank you for sharing that with the community. Do you happen to have, or we could give us a link or anything like that, or tell us where to go where you pull that up? You only buy BSV and XRP now, so okay. Cash Cast makes me wonder if they launder it back to us, Boomer. Jeez, that's scary stuff. Salamander states uphold trading in ALBT has been halted. All right, let me go further down. Yeah, PS5 around Christmas time, $499 MSRP and selling for basically $1,000. Yeah, nice quick flip. Yeah, he gave up trying to get one of those. A lot of people did. All right, how about this? Here's a good comment. Brian Dowie states he understands, or how I understand it is that Ripple sells XRP for ODL customers, not exchanges. Just think the actual supply for retail is lower than some people think. Good point. Yeah, I used to love my SNES back in the day. When Street Fighter 2 came out, that was so revolutionary. To be able to play an arcade-style game on a console with 16-bit graphics. That jump from 8-bit to 16, it was just... I'm so glad I was born during the time I was to be able to truly enjoy and witness the evolution of the technology behind video games. And I'm still very impressed with it. I just think it's crazy. Like, I'll see some kids are like, "Oh, this game is trash." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Try playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and saving your character of Donatello for the end because he has a longer reach with his particular staff. And then the second one would be Leonardo, and everybody's worst character was Ralph. Anyway, the people just don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, you guys might know what I'm talking about. All right, glad you guys talking about some stuff pretty vintage and whatnot. Let me see. AI says this is estimated that approximately 25 to 45% of the total XRP supply is held by retail investors. Good point. Let me see where else we're at. Anything specific? Brian Dowie, Crypto Mike, who I am, argue about the AI, but I doubt it. All right. Call AOBT devs, according to Crypto Mike, and tell them where their home is and where the work kids go to school. Law. Yeah. Linois states, good evening, CTN. Good evening, Linois. I actually aped into ALBT before you heard the news. Oh, no. I think I'm going to lose. Oh, shucks, man. Yeah, he lost more than me. I basically put in, I don't know. I was going to DCA. Good thing I didn't, but I don't know. It was like 680 or something like that. Something like that. The star thing is loading up. Let me see, specifically speaking. All right. Yeah, I'm looking at CMC, and now the price has gone from like 2.5 cents to like 1 cent. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's just, they're taking all the liquidity out. I mean, bottom line. Anyway, I bought $831 worth. So, and I was considering really heavily at the time. I just, I had like 1,500 to put in. I was like, should I do the whole 1,500 in this? I was like, nah. HBAR was a good price. Good thing I split that up a little bit because I would have been wrecked even that much further. But sorry to hear that, Linois. Same with everybody else. Really, I don't like it. It doesn't sit well to see anybody get wrecked, right? It's not just me, any of you guys. Nobody likes seeing that. Crypto McDizzle. I'm weird like that. I know, where every piggy in my small town lives. Lol. Jeez. Give me my ALBT or little Johnny's lunch money might just go missing. All right. A mini black swan. That's a good analogy. It is kind of a mini black swan. Damn it, Brian Dowie. You stated that this could very well happen. No, I'm kidding. Bad joke, my friend. All right. Yeah, just quick review, deep dive. I gotta review the video. I definitely will because I wanna have a broader understanding of that. All right, looking forward to it. Great news. Cypherium, aka Diem. All right. Crypto McDizzle. All right, we got a lot of people here. I want to welcome Russell C. We'll kick it back into the news. Cypherium will be a monster of a project. 100K CPH in the bag with 150,000 order in or I should say on MEXC. All right, thanks for that, Russell C. Glad to have you here. And what I was going to state is, in regards to Cypherium, I remember me, myself, and I would always talk about that one. And he also would always talk about, for instance, MMW, Morpheus network. All right. So a little bit more in regards to Quant. I want to share this guy's news because we do share his news every now and then. Shout out to Sam, right? So listen to this. He states Oracle has been named a leader and position highest for ability to execute by Gartner in the 2023 quote-unquote magic quadrant for integration platform as a service, which is IPAAS worldwide, and there's the trophy. Oracle blockchain platform, of course, as we know, is part of that success. It's one of the standout partners for Quant, with Quant QNT as a key interoperability partner. Now, here's a little bit in regards to this. Let's blow it up. Well, I guess that's already blown up. My bad. But I'm going to go further down, and here it is. Yeah, this is the main part I wanted to show you guys. Of course, this was reported all the way back in August, but again, we always need to refer to the past to have an idea of what we accomplished, and especially if you hold Quant, right? So, Oracle blockchain washing to the top of the Juniper leaderboard for blockchain vendors. Fire. All the way above. IBM, checkmark. Consensus, checkmark. Accenture, Infosys, Ripple even, right? And the same height as R3, and we, of course, understand what's so massive with R3 quarter, right? What a partnership. And here's a little bit more in regards to this. Here's what's on the Juniper leaderboard if you're interested in this. And look at this particular quote. We will read this particular quote. Look at it. Oracle continues to innovate in the provision of blockchain services, including the launch of Blockchain Table, improving its offering and making it a go-to enterprise blockchain provider for an increasing number of businesses. Oracle has leveraged the growing opportunities within the financial services space and has seen in recent years increased deployment with a number of POCs in advanced pilot or full production. And this comes straight from the Blockchain in Financial Services Juniper Research Leaderboard. Something else, to say the least. I want to highlight a couple things that were here. Some of you guys saw this in the past. For your newcomers, you haven't. Look what's underlined here, right? So Gilbert Verdian originally mentioned, hi, I'll just pop in and say hello. Want to clarify a few points that have been mentioned recently. And look at this. Firstly, Oracle certification of Overledger. This happened in the past. I get it, right? Last August. But still great to see these particular certifications. This is a huge thing for us. Oracle blockchain is now interoperable because of OVL. And this means, as of now, Oracle has recently, well, at least back then, became robust and future-proof blockchain solution for their 430,000 plus customers. And oh, by the way, remember a few months ago, we reported that they got that great big Department of Defense contract with the Pentagon. If you haven't seen that particular video, I'm in a thumbnail. It says $9 billion. Yeah, it's $9 billion split between 4 different organizations, but Oracle was part of that. And this particular partnership with Quant is massive, right? So it says, since the announcement, our team has been busy dealing with incoming requests and queries from Oracle's clients. And how many clients are those? Yeah, 430,000 plus customers. And guys, that's not even the tip of the iceberg. Look at everything else they got going on for them with the likes of Quant, blockchain agnostic, standout operating system, the Microsoft of crypto. Can you not get more bullish on the likes of Quant? At least I am. All right. A little bit more that we have from our coverage for Quant. Let's check out some of these significant figures. Quant, the cryptocurrency, is expected to play a major role in the future. We've outlined that quite a few times. The CBDC connections, what's going on with LAC chain, the Latin American digital dollar, heck, what we're going to do here in the United States, and even with that particular connection to a digital pound for the UK. So the price has increased. If you haven't noticed this, check out this stat. Increased 44% in the last 1 year. Not too shabby, especially when considering that last year was what? Bear market. Outperformed 95% of the top 100 crypto assets in 1 year. Wow. Trading above the 200-day simple moving average. So if all those people want to FUD Quant, as Mike Cornwell has stated numerous times, numbers do not have emotions. Can we yell it from the back? Numbers do not have emotions. base things on stats. At least I do. All right, let's look a little bit more in regards to this. Quant quarterly returns. Look at the stats dating back to 2018. Look at this. Look how it performs. So basically can't have stats on quarter one of 2018, but quarter two, small percentage. By quarter three of 2018, 102.60%. Quarter four, not as great, but the total for that year was a 262.90% increase. Now, don't get me wrong, different years and so on, but you see the consistent growth that they basically had. Now, 2022 was a hard year for everybody. But if you look at the particular averages, even in quarter three, they were stand out compared to everyone else. Basically speaking, around this time is where you had huge explosion. Where you had, for instance, shout out to some of you guys, Linois, some of you other guys. I think Coochie Boy. I'm just trying to remember some of the particular names that got into this when we first covered it. But again, I give all the credit to Mike Cornwell, because if it wasn't for him, I don't know. I think I was a little bit weary of it, but I didn't know about it fully. Shout out to some of the other guys that told us about it. I don't remember everybody's names. But look at this, guys. Quarter three, 2022. And then look where the average is at, right? You have to recognize what's happened. A 400.91% average. It's really, really impressive. Let's jump into a little bit more. Quant price and return on investment on this date, February 2nd, 2023, which is basically today. I better pay a certain bill by tomorrow. I'm going to get hit with some interest, but that's beyond the point. And then, for instance, you see this dating back from 2023 all the way back to the same day to 2019, and you see 6,586.28% return on investment if you would have got in originally. Shout out to all of those who maybe took their profits or became millionaires or wherever the case be. Or if you're like, for instance, shout out to Rayan, who apparently got into this thing a few years ago at significantly less expensive prices compared to us. Anyway, really cool to see this. And when I saw this particular outline, I was like, you know what? This guy, I need to give him a shout out. Kevin Doe. He deserved a follow. That was really cool. And he is basically a guy who just likes to do research and so on about some of these particular things about Web3 and so on. So glad to share that with you guys. When we get back in the comments, we do have some more particular coverage for Quant. And then we have one more segment for Quant, which is from Greg LUNC. It's kind of like a Did You Know? And then we'll kick it into some of the news coverage from the sideline reporter, Crypto Mike, aka Crypto McDizzle, who has some important Ripple, Goldman Sachs report info, which you'll hear Brad Garlinghouse get into the hot, juicy stuff. All right. Thanks to Larry. Max and Sean are going to have a great weekly show Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm excited. I am too. Be on the lookout for that. I think it's going to be a great show. Going to have a lot of great back and forth conversations. I do apologize, Salamander, for not getting into your super chat as quick as I should have. Cool Cat Crypto says Ethereum in the crypto the feds took away from Zuckerberg was called DMB4. Okay, thanks for that. And Salamander states the Cryptosmith Maniac Mondays, baby. Oh, yeah. Somebody's excited about it. Thank you so much, Salamander. Really appreciate that. I'm going to double check to see if there's any other super chats that came in, because I do try to make sure I'm not too far off with some of this stuff. Let's see. Ugh. It's not even populating the way I want it to be. Get a little bit of lag, I guess. Or you guys are just getting the algorithm. Hey, you guys are on fire with that algorithm with all the emojis and stuff. Man, you guys are awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That is so cool. I'm just watching it from the YouTube side of it, and it's just like boom, 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 boom. It's like this huge, it's like I don't know, an old printing press, or not even that. I mean, printing press on steroids. How about that? All right. Yes, by all means, subscribe to Sean the Cryptosmith. Salamander, thank you again. I didn't want to dismiss that. Thank you so much. You're always really good about being here. But I thank everybody for just, whether you guys drop super chats or not, do appreciate it. Yes, by all means. That's a good question. I'm going to lean with no, but that's okay. I don't speak on his behalf. 49 likes. I think it's more than now. We have 54 currently speaking. Really cool. Greetings, everybody. Hey, Mass Debaters in the house. Thank you for being here. Let me see. Well, how about this? Just for you, since you connected, this is just for you, Mass, and you only. Okay. You think I'm not, down with James Brown out of town on Greyhound? How about this, Max? Beater. Even spelt that right. Yeah, I did. There you go. That's just for you, buddy. All right. McQuant. Okay, that's fine. Cool cat. Traded all my ALBT for Quant. Well, I think you just how about this? Maybe consider changing your avatar to something that speaks more about who you are and what you're all about. Troll Cat Crypto. How about that? TCC. No? All right. Fair enough. All right, let's go further down. Cash Cask. Quant is the interstate of blockchain, 4 figures coming, and then the moon. Yes. And then if some of us even hold even longer, maybe even 6 figures in years ahead. Salamander states, manic Monday in a good way. Very good point. Let's get further down into it. I know you guys had a lot of emojis dropping. Thank you for doing that. You're freezing your buns off. Oh, yeah. Well, I had an issue with my heater, but then I got it fixed. And basically, I just need to put new batteries in the control panel. And I totally spaced that out. Anyway. TMT wasn't. Yes, it was. It literally was. Like, there's this, who is it? Shout out to the angry Nintendo nerd, now just called the angry video game nerd. He basically talked about that, how it was a certain level that was impossible. There's no way, no matter what you did, you couldn't pass it. You literally had to have a game genie because there was an impossible flaw in the game. It's just like when people complain about games being so hard, my attitude is play Ninja Turtles from back then. Play who was developed by Ultra. Play, for instance, Mega Man. Some of the Mega Mans were crazily hard. You think it was hard to be Super Mario jumping over stuff? Try being Mega Man, man. It was tough. So, if I was able to get through that as a kid, I could get through anything with some of these video games that are out that people are complaining about and whining about. Anyway, we're going to get more back into the news in a bit. Salamander says he had an Atari in the 1990s used from the flea market. Yeah, I had an Atari at one point too. I always loved the original Frogger though, and Donkey Kong. Yep, that's what I had with my 16-bit. All right, Rafael Santos. Hello, Sir Max. Good to see you, Sir Rafael. Hopefully you're just kind of waiting this out with your ALBT for your airdrop. Cash Cat says, Brian, Tim, you guys live in the Arctic Circle or what? By the way, I want to state this real quick. I know we're losing some people. Maybe it's just, I don't know, because we're talking about video games. But when I lived up in Portland, Oregon, there was a fast food place called the Arctic Circle, and that place was just the bomb. I think if Sean, if you're still watching, I think they had those in Idaho. I love that place. That place had the best French fry sauce. My gosh, the best anywhere. If you're up from the Northwest, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let me see here. Any specific questions? Not yet. I do want to welcome Somo Flood. Good to see you, Somo. Appreciate you being here, man. I hope and pray that things are getting a little bit better for you today. Of course, nobody understands your situation like yourself, but I mean it, man. I really hope that things are going better for you. All right, let's go further down. Mr. Casual's in the house. Thanks for being here. I guess this is something from Pinocchio. And let's see. All right, here's a question. Does XRP win its case against the SEC? I'm going to say eventually. It's just, I don't know how soon it's going to happen. I mean, you got, for instance, Sean, the crypto smith, and everybody hopes he's wrong, and he hopes he's wrong. He sees it going out like a long, long time, maybe as high as the Supreme Court. I don't know. But I'm with, I think, Brian Dowie in regards to this. I think maybe the SEC is going to try to save face. They don't want all the emails to be exposed. And then if anything, that would equal to what? Settlement. Again, I could be completely wrong. We all could be. Nobody really knows. I don't even know if the judge even knows. The SEC even knows. I mean, who really, really knows? I just would love to see it end and love to see crazy price action for XRP. Even with what I hold, I'm still more than comfortable with it. I mean, at this point, it's just all gravy if I DCA more into it. Time is running out, Larry. All right. Toronto, Canada. Yep, that's where you're at. All right, Chad Walling, welcome back. I remember your Ripple avatar. Y'all into AI assets? Which ones should I look into? For me, I'm gonna stick with this. It's Singularity Net. That's the one I'm the most impressed with. There's some other ones, but that's the standout one for me. I know some of you guys in the comments are going to mention some of the ones that you were most impressed with. Toronto is more south than some U.S. states. Okay. Oh boy. All right. Let's see here. Mass states, damn, with this ALB situation. I wonder if the situation is planned as a means of justifying the introduction of regulations to crypto. I don't know, man. The way I look at it is, there was a bad hack. It's not ALBT specifically, like, they were hacked. It was the actual platform of Bonk. No, not Solana Bonk. It sucks because, there's going to be so many people who are going to flood it. So many people are not going to give it a second chance. It's now a distressed asset. I mean, I just looked at it, like it's obviously going to zero because it's, they're draining liquidity, but they're draining liquidity because, if anything, we're awaiting the V2. And I just hope it doesn't end up being like Terra 2.0, where it comes out at $20 and then it tanks all the way to, $5 and a couple dollars and so on. But we'll see what happens. All right. Just seems so convenient. Yeah. And people are going to totally ride with it. I mean, it's just really, really bad timing. All right. You had moved, according to Mass, 50% of your ALBT onto your ledger. You wonder how while the mess will get sorted out. Yeah. All right. Let me see what else we have up in here. Quant was a beast the last half of 2022. I agree. I still think it's a beast as we speak. Blue Whale Ricky, now just known as B Ricky. Luna Classic is pumping. Is it really? Let's see what's going on with that real quick. Let me just present that in a way we could pull it up. All right. Let's see here. Luna Classic. This is still top 50. Oh, 49. I mean, 5.5% is better than nothing. I don't want to call that a major pump, but it's better than nothing. So that's cool. You know what? We'll just take a moment to see what's going on with the volume real quick. 42% up in volume. Confirmed market cap of 1.08 billion. Not too shabby. How about USTC? We haven't checked that in a while. Let's see what's going on with that. That's up a lot more. Okay. 19%. And close to 54% in volume. Interesting. Well, thanks for sharing that, Ricky. And let's get more further down in the comments. People just like crypto, Jim Cramer. Yeah, and what's his name of the JP Morgan? It's like he FUDs crypto, and it's like, does he not realize what his company's technically invested in? It just doesn't make too much sense to me. Anyway. All right. Let me go further down. Some of FUD states, now, yeah, doing well. Me and my siblings are preparing. Oh, jeez. I don't even know the whole details about that, but I'm very, very sorry. Yeah, I had to deal with that. Early 2019 with my mom, and right when she got there, she, within a couple hours, passed away, basically. It's a really hard thing. I'm sorry, man. I had no idea. I'm so sorry, Somo. You're going to be thinking about your mom a lot. I think about my mom every single day. Every single day. She was my best friend. I miss her every day. I'm so sorry. All right. It's kind of hard to get into this. All right. Cool Cat Crypto says, I am not trolling if it's true. Huh. Well, sorry to hear that, man. I mean, I don't know if I'm sorry or not. You know what I mean? All right, let's get further down. Let's see here. B Ricky says it's cool. You're holding your Quant XRP XLM EGLD. I gotta research EGLD a little bit more. Asteroids. Those are good games. All right. Let me see where we're at in the particular. This was a great game. I agree. This game right here, Pitfall. That was a fun game. That was a very well done game. All right. All right. Let's see. You guys got a bunch of good games listed here. God bless you, Selma. Praying for you and your family. Well, thanks for that, Ricky. Crypto McDizzle, prayers for what you're going through, man. Selma, yeah, it's hard for anybody to deal with that. What's the name? Sup, guys? Sup, Max? Good to see you. What's the name? Welcome back. And we're gonna highlight that particular one. All right. So, if anything, let's go ahead and kick it into our XRP news here. Just a moment. Let's pull that up. And I think it's a video. So give me just a second to pull that up. Let me see. We did have a little bit more in regards to Quant, but that's okay. We'll just jump right into the XRP news right now. And shout out to Crypto Mike, CTN sideline reporter. All right. Basically, it states XRP Ripple. This Goldman Sachs report tells all. XRP relisted. Now we're only going to play about roughly a couple minutes from this. But yeah, shout out to Crypto 2103 who originally reported this. And if anything, we're going to go ahead and play it right now, and then we'll come right back.
100 billion XRPs will be enough to cover once the X Rapid service scales to a global full scale, or would there be a shortage?
Well, so when XRP was created, this actually was created before Ripple existed. The creators of XRP decided there'd be 100 billion units because they saw it as rather than having a smaller number with a very high price, they saw it as something they wanted to be effectively a global reserve currency.
A global reserve currency. I know I've played that clip before, but I wanted to lead with that because I think it's such a testimony to what Ripple's trying to do. Welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. We give away $10 of XRP on this channel, but since we just hit 30,000 subs.
All right. Yeah, it was nice to share that right there. Shout out to Crypto Mike for that. We have a little bit more coverage in regards to specifically XRP we're going to get into. And did you happen to know, or at least you should, about the whole thing when it comes to Ripple and healthcare? Yes, healthcare. A few people requested this a while back. I didn't have a chance to do a deep dive into it and so on, but we do talk about this every now and then in regards to the whole thing with healthcare. So I'm gonna go ahead and present this. And this one is only about a minute, and then we'll come back for some more commentary. But the main point is to understand, like it states, the first decentralized pharma and healthcare marketplace built on what? The XRPL. And that is really impressive because, I mean, yeah, we focus so much about this whole thing with the payments, what they're going to do with ISO 222, the on-demand liquidity. All these things are massive, right? That's the most impressive thing about it. But in reality, just like with Quant, we talk about multiple layers of utility. Well, here's another particular layer of just that, the utility. So let's go ahead and play this. And then, like I mentioned, we'll come right back.
In blockchain news, XRP Healthcare, a company focused on creating a decentralized marketplace for healthcare products and services, has announced the launch of its new native token, XRPH. The token will be used as a utility on the company's marketplace, which is set to launch in the second quarter of this year, and will allow users to purchase a wide range of pharmaceutical healthcare products and services, including both conventional and alternative medicines. The company aims to provide users with a decentralized platform that exists outside of centralized banking systems, allowing for more transparency and security in transactions. XRP Healthcare has also announced a partnership with ScriptCo, the only pharmacy in America that sells medications at cost price, saving customers thousands of dollars each year. ScriptCo will be the exclusive distributor on the XRP Healthcare marketplace.
All right. Pretty cool to see that. I know some of you guys have mentioned this in the past, and we have basically covered this many months ago, actually, here and there, but glad to share it again. On top of that, we do have a little bit more in regards to the news in regards to XRP and so on. I want to show you guys this, and it's a history for those who are not aware of the Coinbase true story in regards to XRP. And then we'll kick it back into the comments. This is pretty good because, you know what, this is something that's kind of trending as of lately. But, you know, to have a better understanding, you know, refer to history, right? So I'm going to go ahead and share this. This is another quick video. It's only about a couple minutes. And shout out to Riz, who's Riz XRP. We shared his content quite often, actually. Give him a follow. I mean, he has really, really good clips. He has 18,500 followers. He follows Quant, XRP, Jasmy, XDC, pretty much all the good ones. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and play this, give you a broader perspective about this whole thing. I keep hearing it come up just, you know, in passing. Some of you guys have even DM'd me about the whole Coinbase nonsense of the past and so on. Let's jump into it. 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and we'll kick it back into the comments. Here we go.
Part of the problem is that the one that got caught up the loudest was XRP, where a lot of people began to determine or begin to say or begin to think that XRP had been a security in some sort of way. And this only led to more speculation by the end of 2020 when the former head of the SEC launched a lawsuit against the people from Ripple / XRP on his last day in office, which is incredibly fishy and incredibly corrupt. And I think people like that should no longer have a job. Part of the problem is that when the lawsuit happened against the people from Ripple, Coinbase was one of the first, if not the first, cryptocurrency exchanges to announce that they were going to be delisting XRP. Why were they delisting XRP? Because they don't like the people from Ripple and or XRP. It's been abundantly clear and has been this way for a number of years. I think I even have the tab somewhere around here. Nope, that's from today. Is it this one? Yeah, this is an article from the 22nd of March of 2021. For those of you who aren't looking at it, it says relist XRP trends with the SEC's clarity on the cryptocurrency exchanges. So by the time Coinbase had announced that they were going to be delisting XRP, the price has fallen. And a bunch of other cryptocurrency exchanges who did not have a lot of XRP and did not buy a lot of it when the price was low, or simply had other vested interest in a number of other coins that they had accumulated early on, begin to also delist the coin. And it's no one big. It's like other cryptocurrency exchanges that you've also never heard from, or that are in other countries that you have never lived in and will never go to. But it picked up quite quick. Part of the problem for these cryptocurrency exchanges was and is that the SEC actually came forward and clarified that they have no problem with the coin being on cryptocurrency exchanges. Their problems were and are with Ripple and the actual coin XRP. It's not that cryptocurrency exchanges were, what do you call it? Listing an unregistered security so much as they have a problem with the way that Ripple went about creating and or selling the XRP coin onto the open market. So we got news back in 2021 that these crypto exchanges could have already relisted XRP. There was no problem with them relisting it, and I'm certain that same exact day they probably actually even messaged the SEC and told them, hey, is this actually true? Can we actually relist the coin? But they had no actual interest in doing so. For those, part of the problem is
All right. Sorry about that. What I was going to state is this. So if that's the case in regards to the whole thing with the exchanges listing this, I mean, you would think that that right there is the writing that you need. So why don't you just list it on more and more exchanges? Will we see more and more exchanges? Well, let's face it, guys. I mean, it's going to take a lot more than a content creator coming out with a particular video like that. I mean, it sounds cool on paper, but if anything, we need to see if we do get just that, you know, more and more exchanges listing it. Would it basically help? I think it would, as far as it, you know, the prices of XRP going through the roof because of it. I am not quite ready to state that. I think the main issue is, like, for instance, March 20th and, you know, going to the end of, was it November 2025, is where we're really paying attention to a lot of this. But it is interesting. especially with what this guy mentioned that dates, back for a while. You need to have a broader sense of the history of how that whole thing went down. Glad to share it with you guys, and I thought that he did a very good job of basically mentioning that. Let's get it back into the comments for a bit, and then we'll pull up some more particular XRP news that we have for you guys. And then it's one more clip for XRP, and then we're going to get into XLM Stellar. Yeah, something else, right? Yes, prayers for Selmo. Thank you for posting that. That's always a hard thing for anybody to deal with. I still haven't really gotten over it. I've been dealing with, I don't know, man, family members passing away since the 90s, and it's just been a consistent thing that's happened every few years, and it sucks. But, I know quite a few of us had to go through it. I think we all do at some point. All right. But thank you, all you guys. Brian, Tim, Cash, everybody. Coolcat says, Mass, funny, you should question that in regards to Pong, I guess. It's a game. Yeah. I used to play Pong. I also played the other one that came out in the early 2000s called Pong, A New Generation or something like that. That one wasn't bad. All right. Let's see here. There's another one that came out with a computer where you can actually, it was called, you know what? Check this out. This is actually a very good version of Pong if you're into Pong. Look up Wild West Pong. I kid you not. You can shoot, like, you have like a 6-shooter. You can shoot bullets at the ball, and it makes like a ricochet sound, and it puts like different spin on the ball. I don't know. It's kind of cool. You and a buddy could play on a computer. Old school games from the 90s. But anyway, I don't know if anybody's really playing that stuff anymore, but there could be. All right. Do you think there will be an XRP buyout? I think it's possible. We did shed light on this in the past, but I think the chances of it are very minute. But there is that particular chance, and I think who was it? Sean CryptoSmith has an outline that he basically mentioned that in itself. And then we shared on the live show, for instance, Crypto Lulu has covered this quite a bit. I probably would say he probably did a better job of covering it more than anybody. Was it Verson, Black Song Capitalist? He's covered it a little bit. But yeah, me personally, I just think it's a very, very minute chance of that happening, based off of course, everything that I've had gathered from other content creators. To be honest, I have not taken a super deep dive and read all the nitty gritty about it to come to a conclusion. I'm not really too worried about that, but at the same time, I am fully aware of what you're talking about. But my stance is, yeah, it's just very, very minute. Calvin, welcome back, Calvin, with the T6 glider. Is this the T6 glider you're looking for? Lionel Richie. That don't make any sense either, Larry. Anyway, 1983 Atari Space Shuttle took me almost a year to land the damn thing. Wow. All right, Tim Shea says, hey, Calvin, Brian Dowie, XRP can't run properly when it's fully implemented if it's a low price. Yeah, I just, that's a whole debate in itself. All right. Coolcat says, you coded your own game back in the old days. 2 forts shooting cannonballs at each other. Nice. So what programming language? C++. Probably C#, or it was more different coding languages. Let me go further down. Mass states, finally you are talking about XRPH, talking about that, and XRP Paynet. We have talked about this a few months ago. Probably you probably weren't in the comments at that time, or even knew about the show. But yeah, we've been talking about that. I would say maybe since last summer, maybe September, something like that. Been a while. Thank you guys for getting the algorithm going. And let me see where we're at. Let's see. Brian, I'm in my 50s and I still rock some ping. Or Pong. All right. XRPH, XRP Paynet, Xless. Check these out. Yeah, we checked out some of those actually in the past. No, thank you for that. I still play with Hot Wheels. Some of those are pretty cool. Tim Shea, I was wondering if that large XRP buy made by Coinbase might have actually been for BlackRock? Been done by BlackRock? That's a good question. Every time you go to the store, there are dudes going through the Hot Wheels checking the prices on eBay. Interesting. All right, Gunslinger on Atari was fire. Maze Crazy and Madoon for Atari ruled. I'll kick anyone's butt on Galaga. I used to have that for Atari. I have a stand-up Galaga game in my game room. Yep. All right. Okay, let me see. NBA Jam. Yeah, the stand-up one. Oh, yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was definitely 2-on-2 with your buddies at the arcade. That was a lot of fun. And then don't forget big head mode, right? Gotta do big head mode. Let me go further down. Qbert. I still play Qbert once in a while. I play on my PS3 actually. It was the re-enhanced version. Good to see you, Cody Core. You knew the patterns for Donkey Kong too. Yeah. Oh man, I got so far in Donkey Kong. I used to do speed runs for the first level? The first level is so easy anyway. All right. Why layer 2, 3 crypto projects shun one another is discouraging. They should work together. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of tribalism, which is a shame. They should try to work together. You know what? I would love to play Burger Time even right now. That was a fun game. I forgot all about Burger Time. That was a fun classic game. All right. Just tagged you in an E video for Cool Cat. LOL. All right. Let me I think earlier you sent me a tag, but yeah, we'll get into some of that. I'm just trying to catch up on some of the particular comments. You guys have a lot of experience with the games. That's so cool. C++, Python, yep, JavaScript. I'm familiar. Right on. I used to be somewhat familiar with Python. Had very, very little C++ experience. I just didn't have the patience for a lot of it. But if the one I used to mess around with the most, I would say back in the early 2000s up to 2004 was probably Python, mainly because of the first Battlefield games like Battlefield 1942 and Battlefield 2. But anyway, yeah, let's go further down. You remember your mom hogging up PlayStation until she beat The Legend of Zelda? It took her 4 days. Hurt my heart to watch. God. All right, you're not a gamer, but you remember growing up and smashing nickels to quarter size to play Asteroids, Galaxy, and Missile Defender. Yeah, I'm actually I don't know if I should even mention this, but I've been writing a screenplay for many years now in regards to my times as a kid with the arcade, and then especially the last days of arcades with competing with other people and so on before we jumped into a whole new era of going from, let's face it, going from, on the consoles, right? There was a time in which we didn't have even 720p graphics, right? What was it, 480i and so on because of the old TVs. But yeah, ever since that we had that jump, it was kind of like the death of the arcades, if you will. But it's actually a series of books, to a sense. I'm not gonna give you the title at this point, but it's been something I've been working on for many years now, and I just kind of write it in my spare time, and then hopefully in the future, when I have enough money, I'm gonna release it. But it was so cool being able to compete with other people at the arcade for the high scores, the people you would meet. It's the way I look at it is, some people talk about, especially PC gamers, going online, meeting people, gaming it up. There's clans and communities and so on, but I would never trade it for the time of actually being at the arcade and having like a high score in a game. Like for instance, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Killer Instinct, some of these other games, which is a real blast. NFL Blitz, NBA Jam. There's another game. It was called High Impact Football. I used to have the high score on that. I used to love it with sacking somebody and the guy come bursting onto the screen. You go, I ate quarterback for breakfast. That was like the best part. But anyway. All right, think for yourself. I believe there's more to this ALBT debacle than what's being reported, guys. Maybe. We'll see how this pans out. Programmers back in the days were far better and wrote more efficient programs. That's a good point. What is that sound? Always got to go. Yeah, Bo Jackson or Super Techno Bowl. What was it? 85 Tecmo Bowl or something like that, where you could be Refrigerator Perry and Walter Payton, basically be the 85 Bears. That was pretty amazing too. All right, let's go ahead and highlight that and kick it back into our coverage. We have a little bit more XRP for you guys. I want to just jump into that real quick. So this is called distractions. I'll let you think about it for yourself. I wish I could turn the volume up more on this, but this is the highest it goes. The guy that ripped it or made it or whatever, it's not the greatest volume, but it's the point. Try to listen and focus if you can, eliminate sound from the background if possible. But here we go. Let's listen to this.
You don't think about the file transfer protocol. You don't think about high text translation protocol. I go through, right? You just make use of the technology, and the protocols make it work. The people who really understand what's going on with digital currencies understand that putting these protocols in place, the blockchain protocol, the Ethereum protocol, the the Ripple protocol, the Ripple protocol, the Ripple protocol, and then enabling those protocols to cause transactions to occur. And then those transactions can be defined very broadly as not just moving things of value, but anything that's got an information content. Is extraordinarily transformative. The focus on the value of the token is distracting and uninformative. You don't think about the file transfer protocol. You don't think.
Yeah, he has some great points that he outlined there. It's only 45 seconds, but I mean, it is very true what he's stating. I mean, I know it's kind of hard to hear on that one, but yeah, it's not necessarily focusing so much on the price, currently speaking. It's focusing on what kind of utility we're going to see blast off in the future. Who the hell's making all that racket outside? Anyway, sorry about that. Let me go further down. And if anything, we got Calvin. Let me stop screen. Who states, Stump Rider and me throwing dirt in aluminum cans just to increase their weight a bit. Legendary move. All right. Let me see. All right. 85 bears make you upset. That's a good point. Who knows the game reference? Oh, yeah. Who wouldn't know that, man? That's Contra. Cheat code. That's the world famous cheat code. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, select, start. Yeah, that's the most popular cheat code of all time, man. All right. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that. We have some XLM coverage XLM coverage for you guys. All right. Let's get into that. So we already showed you that thing with XRP. This is the only one we have for XLM because let's face it, guys, it's hard to get some real good stuff for XLM. But here it is. XLM is the future. ISO 222. Couldn't agree more. So let's check this out. So it says slept on a gem if you were not holding, shaking my effing head, whatever. Yeah, well, we all give Larry a bunch of crap for not having XRP. Well, at least he has XLM, right? All right, so let's go ahead and play this. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Here we go.
If you think about a farmer in Kenya, they probably have access to an old Android phone. They probably have access to internet. They probably have to walk for miles to get to a bank. My name is Megha Bambra, and I am the technical lead for StellarX and Block EQ at CoinSquare. So StellarX is a full-featured trading application built on top of the open Stellar network. It's a place where you can come and have no restrictions in terms of you can come in with any currency and get any currency that you need and use it in a daily part of your life. Accessibility is the key. We feel that's the initial important task, is to make sure that anyone and everyone can be onboarded into this new technology. And that's really is the purpose, and philosophical purpose is don't leave anyone out. So everyone has options. As a first-time user, you'll probably be coming in with Lumens. And I think after that, it's really what you want out of it. So if you wanted to buy a certain token for real estate housing, your wallet could have that token. If you wanted to hold US currency, your wallet can have that token. The magic sauce there is really what they call anchors, and that's basically the on-off ramp from Stellar to other networks like Bitcoin and LTC and Ethereum and other stable coins being USD CAD. So Stellar, in a sense, is not on an island of its own. building bridges is the key, and Stellar as a network allows that through creating tokens. As long as you have a good idea, I think a developer in any part of the world can build a wallet. You don't have to be part of a big bank. You don't have to be part of a big company to do it. It really is all there. You don't have to create a trading platform. It's on chain. And really that's the magic. It's a global order book on chain. That's very powerful. So we had one engineer developer from Ghana, and she contributed to our Android app, and she actually made a QR scanning component, which was awesome. And what was cool was that using our own wallet and using our own token, we were able to compensate developers who contributed to the open source.
All right. Well, glad to share that with you guys. Glad you were entertained with the moves, not the moves, but the moves. Anyway, all right. Let's get further down. XLM is going to be is fire going to be so underrated? Yep, I agree with that. I actually can agree with this. I can vouch for this because I used to have NBA Live 95. I had quite a few of them for that matter. You had up to 99 or something like that. Anyway, because it was the last one for 64. Anyway, NBA Live 95 for Super Nintendo. Golden State Warriors. Chris Mullin never missed from 3 if you knew the right spots. Yes, that is very, very true. Very true. He did not miss. Even you could be all up in the face of him, and he still hit it. It was crazy. It was like built-in hacks for a console game, basically. But then again, here's the thing. Chris Mullin is just underrated, period. I mean, he was on the 92 Dream Team. I know there's so much focus on the Golden State Warriors are present, right? Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, all those guys. But in reality, man, those teams from back then weren't too shabby, man. Mitch Richmond. You have obviously Chris Mullin, Tim Hardaway. Even at one point, Latrell Sprewell, Chris Webber. Anyway, they didn't all really get to play together, but I mean, Mullin, Mitch Richmond, and Tim Hardaway did. All right, let's go further down. Deftones has a song called Up, Up, Down, Down, B-A Start. Nice. That dude, yes, that's the one I was laughing about earlier. Thank you for that. Yeah, well, I don't know if I want to check out a dude that much, but anyway. Boomerang Consumer gluing a string to a quarter to play video games worked also, but had to pull it back just at the right time. Worked on old school Coke machines as well. Really? I remember people used to try doing that. It never worked for them, but I never realized that you had to pull it back just at the right time. So interesting. Brian Dowie, Boomer, I would take tape and fishing line to put money in a quarter hose, easy few $100 at a time. Wow. That's crazy. I never knew that. I mean, I knew some people tried it, but I never knew anybody that was successful with that. So, you dirty rat. No, I'm kidding. All right. The machine took bills. Right now, he states that Michigan basketball team was sick. Yep. Triple C has 8 boobs. Jeez, that would be scary. All right. Let's go ahead and highlight that particular spot and get into a little bit more of this. We're going to kick into some XDC. Yeah, you know me. And let's do it right now. Here we go. We always talk about Comtech Gold, but we do need to elaborate a little more on this, right? So this is posted yesterday from the medium of XDC Technology Bot. Comtech Gold, the new digital currency backed by physical gold. You're going to see this pop up quite a bit, right? Even Richard Common Sense Crypto talked to us about this a lot. So tokenized gold, right? Remember before we're talking about the trade sector for XDC? Well, look at this. It says tokenized gold stablecoins have the potential to revolutionize the way that investors and consumers interact with gold. By tokenizing gold, investors can easily and securely trade gold, while consumers can use gold as a digital currency. Now, there's a lot of potential when it comes to the tokenization of gold stablecoins. And what are they specifically? Well, look at this. There's a solution to make gold easily accessible to customers. Did you know that? All around the world. and it's in the form of what you see here. So they have gold tokens, which are called CGO, and basically they are secured and backed by physical gold reserves and stored in standardized 1 kilogram bars of 900. Restate this. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? In kilogram bars of 999 purity and secured physical vault custodian on a segregated and auditable basis. No, it's not on Z Liechtenstein, but anyway. This brings the best of both worlds, gold stability as an asset class, along with cryptocurrencies, convenience, and accessibility. That's cool stuff. Now, in regards to tokenizing gold, let's get into that. By tokenizing gold, Comtech Gold is providing a revolutionary new way for individuals and institutions to own and trade gold, making it easier than ever before for investors around the world to access this valuable asset class. Thereafter, XDC Network is the underlying technology powering Comtech Gold solution and is a major factor in its ability to provide a revolutionary new way for individuals and institutions to own and trade gold. Now, specifically about the XDC Network, they open up unprecedented access to the gold market, allowing investors around the world to easily access this valuable asset class. Now, I want to state this. I have heard Coach JV mentioned some specific things in the past, right? About this whole thing of the dollar could collapse, right? Some of you guys talk about it and so on. And, let's face it, it's bad doom and gloom, but when we watch the debt clock, it seems like this could very well become a reality. I remember my friend telling me years ago, like over 20 years ago, about the World Economic Forum and all these things I just thought was just crazy conspiracy theory nonsense. And then you start seeing all this and you're like, oh my gosh, like, I guess I gotta give my friend credit where credit was due. I will state this: do not sleep on XDC. All right. The way I look at it is I need to DCA more into it. You guys got to do what you got to do. I'm just saying, me personally, I need to get more XDC. I'm not comfortable with the amount I have. I need to get more. The reason why I'm stating this, while the whole world is focusing on these particular things going on in the world and these other particular things in the world, if we're starting to see the US dollar, I should say, if we're starting to see, we are seeing the US dollar lose more and more value all the time. And then you see things like this about the tokenization of gold. To me, this whole thing that's tied into XDC makes me that much more bullish on XDC because of where the dollar is going. So to me, this is going to create a tremendous amount of demand for gold-backed cryptos or anything. How about this? Even just gold in general, right? Crypto Lua was talking about the power of investing into precious metals. Like, it shouldn't just be us, strictly investing in crypto and things like that, things with utility, but actually buying up some of these precious metals, which is silver, gold, you name it, because think about it, right? Countries are stacking gold as we speak. Why are they doing that? Maybe because they realize sad to say, where the world is going. So if that's the case, when we're always talking about supply and demand, to me, this would make that much more demand for the likes of XDC. So I'm not rooting for a black swan event like anything, or anything else, right? Like Brand Dial, he's not rooting for black swan events, but they could very well happen. How about this? Let me know what you guys think. If we had a complete collapse of the dollar, do you see significant price action for the likes of XDC? For me, my answer is yes, but I'm not rooting for it, but I also am being a realist. And that's the way I look at it. There's one last thing I want to point out here in this particular article. Of course, I didn't read the whole thing. Comtech Gold's solution to all this. Listen to this for a second. Comtech Gold developed a revolutionary solution to tokenize gold and make it accessible to both institutional investors and retail investors. With blockchain technology, Comtech Gold allows users to get gold electronically in one simple, easy-to-use solution. All Comtech Gold tokens, which are called CGO, are 100% backed by physical gold with a 999 purity, like I mentioned before, and is basically put in a secured physical vault custodian environment. When I hear some of these things labeled, I'm immediately thinking of BlackRock, believe it or not. I hate to say that, but why? Because they're the world's largest asset custodian. Why wouldn't the world's largest asset custodian want to get involved with what? Becoming a vault custodian, environmental, getting into this type of thing with gold, right? To me, that would make sense. And I wouldn't be surprised if they got heavily into this either now or in the soon future. But listen to this. Leveraging blockchain technology, as we know, is going to allow for the way of creating a way for gold to be owned and traded electronically, allowing anyone from any part of the world to securely access their asset-backed tokens. Now, think about what they just said. Allowing anyone from any part of the world to securely access their asset-backed tokens. The same thing could be said for a slogan for XLM. Just hear me out on this. XLM also mentions that anyone from any part of the world can convert their particular country's currency. Hence, we use the example of the Nigerian naira, right? Think about that for a second. But this is in regards to the trade sector, right? With gold. Some of these particular reasons are why I'm that much more bullish on the likes of XDC. I still feel as though, I mean, consistently speaking, it is one of the most underrated, undervalued of these particular ISOs and, of course, of the QFS and so on. So in closing, what are the benefits to investors? Let's jump into this for just a brief moment. The Contact Gold platform provides investors with the benefits of owning gold as well as the benefit of trading it like any other digital asset. That's key. Contact Gold provides tokenized gold stablecoins that are safely secured in a vault custodian. We talked about that earlier. These coins are easy to own and easy to trade and can be exchanged anywhere in the world with the help of blockchain technology. Contact Gold offers investors a secure, transparent, and reliable platform to store just that, their gold assets, right? It's another layer of that utility, but being fully backed by gold. Of course, there's more and more benefits in regards to all this. You can check out the whole entire piece on XDC's Medium. There's another particular one that I may get into here in a bit, but I want to kick it back in the comments because I know that was quite a bit to explain. Thank you for being here tonight. I want to welcome a few people I saw here. I'm going to jump further down. Contact Gold is good stuff. I agree. Thank you for that, Cool Cat. Brian Dowie says almost everything will be tokenized. Yes. What's wrong with just buying Pax Gold token instead? Yeah, that's a debate that a lot of people have. My thing is this: nothing against Pax Gold, but I just like the extra layers of utility that XDC brings, the partnerships, the speed of it. You name it, they just seem like they're not just a one layer solution to just one utility. And at the same time, let's face it, guys. I mean, Pax Gold is pegged to the actual price of actual a full gold bullion, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it's not exactly like I'm looking at the return on investment. Pax Gold isn't like over $1,000 because it's actually pegged to gold. Yeah, $1,904.86. I mean, you have a circulating supply of 271,000, 264. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's pretty significant. Like, if somebody was gung ho about Pax Gold, they could basically, buy up a good portion of that supply. But, let's face it, it's also on the Ethereum blockchain. I mean, I don't know if I want to go down this rabbit hole, but I'm not bashing Pax Gold. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I look at my return on investment is a lot more attractive with the likes of XDC. I mean, come on, man. We're looking at XDC as we speak. XDC is under 3 cents still. Yeah, a lot bigger circulating supply, but I mean, they have their own blockchain. It's not on ETH. I mean, yeah, originally it was a fork of Ethereum, but I mean, it's a night and day difference. All right, let's go further down. Amen. Pass the joint and about to get tokenized. Yeah, have a toke. Okay, cool. Used to be a gold stacker, really? Huh. I still see we have a decent amount of people here tonight. That's cool. 46 wonderful people, as Larry would say. You have a retarded amount of XDC. Wow. How about this? Is it a crazy amount like Mr. XDC Commander Salamander? I'm kind of interested in that. Stop buying it. I need to get more. I'm not satisfied with what I have. I have it. Don't get me wrong. I have a decent amount. I'm not satisfied with it. I want to have a lot more. Good evening, Watermelon Crypto Sugar High. Good evening, Max, CTM family. I'm here to support my favorite channel. Well, thanks, man. That's awesome for anybody to even say that we are your favorite crypto channel or channel period. I don't know. Because, I mean, there's a lot of other crypto content creators. So that means a lot, man. Thank you, Crypto High. Really appreciate you, man. That's Crypto Smith. He's stacking gold now also. Cool. Physical gold is the way to go. And silver. Yep, I think silver is very, very underrated. Gold and silver will be revalued soon. Like really soon, right? Brian Alley, that effing tether gonna collapse one day. Yeah. I know. I shouldn't laugh about it. It'd be horrible. Anyway, if there is a collapse, yeah. Cool Cat Crypto says, junk silver dimes and quarters for the win. Chaka Khan. In the house. It's Chaka. Why do I do that? I don't know, but I do. 8:44 p.m. So that was about 7 minutes ago. Good evening, Max. What's up, everyone? We'll get to see you, Chaka. And let's see here. Go further down. Boomer F. Sooners in the house. He has some gold that he collects while breaking down scrap metal, silver, and copper. Also, I have to refine it. Huh. So instead of being the crypto smith, you are the scrap metal smith, forging your own scraps and then turning those into something to buy crypto. I don't know where I'm going with this. All right. Sorry about that. Stump Rider, if there's a dollar collapse, I am bugging out. Yeah. We agree. You guys agree on something. See, look at that. And look at this. Look at that. That's a wonderful, happy place all of a sudden. Look at that. Oh, it's magic. You know. Brian is fudding Matether. Oh, okay. So we just went from peace times to doom and gloom. Canadian maple. I could use some Canadian maple or some Vermont maple syrup. Probably tastes the same. There's probably no difference, right? In reality, it's probably no difference. But I could be wrong. You use Tether to trade so much. Yeah, me too. I still do. I USDT to so many different things. Brian Dyer, Tim doesn't not want it to happen, but thinks it's going to happen. You're staying there. Yeah, my bad. All right, let's see where we're at. Max, Larry would say beautiful people, but whatever. Larry would say beautiful people, but whatever. I do say beautiful people. I have said beautiful people. I might not say it like, Marilyn Manson would be like, the beautiful people, but I do it. Tim Shea, Cool Cat, Zenfin has something to do with Chase, doesn't it? Oh, yes, Tim. Oh, yes. That's what I've heard. Can we all get a little excited? There's 42 wonderful people here. Can we not get excited? I will bust my hand through this fake drywall right here. And from there, Patches will take an epic dump on the community, and people will claim that it's ALBT. And I will say, no, this is not the crypto show you're looking for. Lionel Richie. That doesn't make any sense either. But let me go further down. All right, too much farting to be mad at each other. Or smoke. Something like that. What's the name? Has everyone forgot about the metaverse? Will it be big in the No, I don't think they've forgotten. It's just they're distracted with so many things that's been happening recently. Max, give us a Larry. I just gave you one. Let me think. All right. So that's the latest in regards to the news of Quant. Back to you, Larry. Is Larry there? Larry? Oh, hi, Larry. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Max. I had to take Patches out to the little boy's room. Oh, yes. He was dropping a Mononoke Inu in the backyard. Oh, okay. Well, no problem. What's the name? Check out MMI. Yep. Why are you people beautiful? Because you are here. He does state that. Man, I'll state this much. You guys are fans, obviously, because you know all his lines. Why are you people beautiful? Because you are here. That's kind of funny. I mean, that's the only reason why they're beautiful. Looks have nothing to do with it. If you're here, you're beautiful. All right, thank you very much. You're beautiful inside and out. Just watch your ALBT V2 video. Anyone heard anything new? Well, no, not yet. The only thing we heard earlier was that V2 will come out in about a week. I did get an alert just now. Hold on, let's see what it is. Maybe it's from KuCoin. Maybe it is about ALBT. Hold on. Let's check it out. No, it's not that. Ooh. There's a LUNC Classic event going on KuCoin. LUNC Classic ranks top 1 in Gembox with 66.9% of users selling. Ooh. Tap to check it out. Oh, boy. Don't like hearing that. Wish that they weren't selling. But it is a reality. People want to take profits or whatever the case be. They want to swing trade it. They want to get into other things. I'm holding on to it long term. But teaches them. All right. Cody Core, what's the report? Brian Down, that was spot on, Max. You should have said Pashas was chasing a deer in the backyard. The way I look at it is there's one thing about acting like a person, and there's one thing about like truly impersonating somebody, like Bullwinkle Moose. I mean, basically speaking, like, and on today's show, kids, we have the wonderful Tim Shea who sprays from far away. Anyway, let's hear the ALBT update. Well, I don't have an ALBT update because I don't have anything new in regards to that. But you're asking Cody Core. My bad. All right, so let's hear this. I'll check it out. Thanks, Tim. All right, thank you very much. Thank you for everybody still connected with us here tonight. We're approaching the 2-hour mark. Let's jump into a little bit more in regards to our XDC coverage, because if anything, we should. And memory saver made Chrome faster. This tab was inactive. Okay, I mean, so what? So what? I don't care if it's inactive or not. All right. Sorry, guys. I was kind of stating that to myself. So let's get into this. It is XDC. This is something else. I always say this is something else. Yeah, maybe you guys can have Larry impersonate me on the weekend or something. But it is something else. Here it is. XDC. Listen to this. Prepaid Visa card with XDC. Yeah. This is not coming from Ripple. Nothing against Ripple, but we did a report on that before. Check this out. It came from Guardian.com originally. I'll get to the key highlights of this. Full feature prepaid Visa card. Global purchases with all major cryptos. Buy, sell, swap 400 plus crypto in our particular app. And on top of that, look at this. Pay how you want. XDC. You don't have to just do stable coins, Circles USDC, or, the Black Swan event of the future of Tether or anything like that. Why would people do Tron? Anyway, no offense to Tron. But yeah, man, XDC, pay how you want. Really, really cool. There's a little bit more in regards to this. We're going to take you right to there. And here it is. Here's the whole thing from the original source. They have a user-friendly interface. They have, for instance, free card payments. But look at this. Order in Europe, pay worldwide. It's available in the EU. Order your card from 25 plus European countries. I know we're the United States, but guys, I mean, come on. You cannot deny there's a lot of people who live in Europe. Worldwide ATM withdrawals. You could withdraw cash at any time via Visa, with any Visa accepting ATM. They have a generous monthly limit. You can withdraw $2,500 a month and 500 a day from the ATMs. And again, look at that. Just like I showed you earlier, choose from over 21 different cryptocurrencies to pay with. And what's the first one they listen to? Zinfins XDC. Yeah, baby. Gia. What am I saying? What song is that from? Aha. Junior Mafia was basically Little Caesar's like, Gia, I want some tonight. I'm not going to say it because it's family friendly. All right. So here's some of the ones here. Your crypto payments in one place. Comfy app with enhanced security features and instant access to your card. Global purchases, 400 plus cryptos, and an exceptionally good experience. Not too shabby. And on top of that, if you want the plastic card, you know, you're not, most of you guys, well, some of you guys are from Europe, right? So 40 euro, 20 pound or 20 euro bonus. Some of the particular stats here, 2.5%. You can look more into it. If you want to look more into it, go to, I believe it's Guardian. Yeah, guardian.com/crypto-card and see for yourself. We're going to kick it into the Hedera news here in a bit, but we're going to kick it back in the comments before we do that. Let's see who else we have. Tim Shea, the mayor of crypto, and you could buy his merch. So for everybody who's just connecting, I want to state this. If you're really into buying Tim Shea merch, there is now exclusive to Amazon Tom Shea butter. And if anything, is going for an exclusive rate of $9.99. And with it, you can get the Klaus Schwab Liechtenstein Exchange t-shirt where you will own no Tom Shea butter and you'll be happy. All right. With that said, let's get further down into the specific comments. Brian Dowie states, but the news says that sell all your crypto. It's not too late. Sell. Laughing. Yeah, exactly. And look how that worked, right? Visa knows what's up. Yes, they do. Triple C. Calvin, question for you, Max, and the chat. Do you hold any Bitcoin or just focus on alts? Just focus on alts. I have not owned any Bitcoin since 2021. That's the last time I owned Bitcoin. But I didn't own a full Bitcoin. Basically speaking, in that year, earlier in that year, like maybe second quarter, I swapped it for it was on Coinbase, and then I basically exchanged that for some Shiba Inu, not directly on their exchange, but I used, converted to like, I guess, USDT or something like that, and then took some of that money and bought some Shiba Inu, and was glad to do so. But originally I paid, I think it was like maybe $40 or something like that for Bitcoin back in like 2016, and then I don't know, it became like $250 or something like that. And I was just like, yeah, you know what? I need to do this. And I was cool with it. And that was the first time I kind of DCA'd into SHIB. And then from there, after that, I think on my second bag, I ended up getting like over $1 billion. So there you have it. But don't have any Bitcoin. Do I wish I could have got some for, when it touched the 15s for a brief moment? Yeah, but at the same time, I probably would have been here's the thing. It's the saying goes, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Some people you can, right? But for me, that would have been the decision of, all right, am I not going to be able to get a lot of these altcoins, or am I just going to get a whole bunch of Bitcoin? And so it is what it is. Hopefully that answers the question. Tom Shea, yes. Yep. You guys like that, huh? Well, it is Crypto Talk Now, news and entertainment. It does state that. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Max. I don't know a darn thing of what you're talking about. Well, you don't know what I'm talking about? Well, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. And here, if anything, is what I'm talking about. And it's basically this right here. Let's get into it. Boom. Yes. What is that show? And I hate that picture of myself, by the way. Hate it. But, I am thankful to the Grand Commission. He did put that together for us a while back. But anyway, do not like that picture. Don't like how my fingers chopped off, but it's all right. So it says Crypto Talk Now, crypto news and entertainment. See? It's not just the news. There's a little bit of entertainment, right? Larry will put his fist through a wall. He will take a picture of Patches, taking a dump on the computer. You name it, right? But yeah, that's where that comes from. I guess we ticked up a little bit. That's good. All right, so I'm going to stop that. Let's kick it back into our particular news coverage. We do have a little bit more for you guys. We have 44 wonderful, beautiful people here tonight. You want to know why you're beautiful? Because you're here with us tonight, according to Larry. And if you never heard this particular man say, it is you that we're looking for, Lionel Richie, well, you're not going to want to miss it when he's on the show the next time. All right, so with that said, let's jump into the Hedera HBAR news, because that segment is what we have for you here tonight. So here it is. And if anything, yeah, I got to share it a new way because it is a video. My bad. This is the video you're looking for, Lionel Richie. So here it goes. Hedera, huge thanks to ADS Martrack, who happens to be what? A bundle of digital ID technologies providing ready-made and customized offerings suitable for a large number of applications. And it states, thank you for this new video showing how Avery Dennison, if you wonder who that is, also part of this particular project, connected product cloud, which is atma.io, with 22 billion plus items tracked, is utilizing, listen to this, Hedera. Here at Crypto Talk Now, we love to provide you guys, for instance, different use cases. We love to provide you, for instance, different case studies. We did it with, for instance, Stellar, right? A bunch of projects who are building on Stellar. Well, how about this? Here's a particular example of ADS Martrack, which is Avery Dennison Smart Track, technically speaking, and how they're utilizing Hedera to bring trust and transparency to supply chains and decarbonization practices. And let's face it, there's a lot of talk about this whole thing about carbon credits and the carbon initiative and all these types, the decarbon initiative, I should say, and so on. It's a topic. It's not just conspiracy theory stuff anymore, right? So let's get into this. This is a minute and 40 seconds, and then we'll come back for some more particular coverage. Smash that like button if you haven't done so already, and welcome to Crypto Talk Now. Here we go.
Lack of integrity, risk of double counting, and inaccurate supply chain data have created mistrust in traditional carbon accounting and decarbonization practices. Atma.io Connected Product Cloud in partnership with Hedera is transforming how brands approach this by end-to-end supply chain visibility, accurate item-level data, immutable carbon accounting, verifiable, auditable, and credible carbon reduction, and delivering a solution that governments, regulators, brands, and consumers can all trust. By capturing all supply chain and carbon impact data, Atma.io helps brands to calculate emissions for every item. This data is also logged on Hedera's distributed ledger, adding a layer of immutability. Brands can convert emissions into carbon tokens to ensure accurate carbon accounting. Atma.io then enables brands to reduce and remove emissions to meet net zero targets by providing actionable insights on supply chain optimization through AI-driven waste elimination, and facilitating distributed ledger technology-based trading of auditable carbon reduction tokens from a marketplace of trusted suppliers of carbon removals, building trust and transparency in carbon accounting and decarbonization. Made possible with Atma.io by Avery Dennison in partnership with Hedera.
All right, glad to share that with you guys. We got one more going to go with it in regards to the news. It is a little bit more on HBAR, believe it or not. So let's jump right into that. It's another particular video, and here's the thing, all right? You may have already recognized this particular person because she is from FM Tech. She is Carmela Cadet. She's the founder and CEO of MTech. It says, it seems like people really enjoyed Carmela Cadet, or Cadet, it could be Cadet, I don't know, from MTech Inc. speaking on the use of Hedera for CBDCs. Now, we just talked about a use case previously on that previous video, but check this out. We're always talking about, for instance, CBDCs tied, for instance, like a Quant, Obviously XRP, XLM, and some of these other ones, right? Utilizing their particular blockchains or operating systems, you name it, right? But now you have, for instance, HBAR part of this particular topic. And it's quite interesting to say the least, because it gives you a different perspective of why it's important to understand these particular things moving forward, right? Hedera is definitely another one that brings their whole, a different element or to the table, if you will, especially when it comes to the hash graph, right? So it says cleaning up the recording, and I will include the full highlights in the HBAR weekly update. But this is a project built on Hedera, just like, for instance, like we talked about earlier, projects built on Stellar. Hedera is doing a similar type thing from their community. I love seeing this because I want to learn more about projects that are building on the ones that I'm personally invested in and some of the ones that you're invested in, right? Why wouldn't you want to hear about this? So let's go ahead and hear this. It does get to some of the nitty gritty, and it's under 2 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll kick it back into the comments here in just a bit. Here we go.
One of the questions that we got during our presentation was, how come you guys are the only one who built it this way? And it was a moment for us because it was a major validation. And then just to have another central bank stand up in the room and say, guys, this is the way forward. This is the right way to build this. We're seeing this in our markets. APIs, fintechs are building with APIs. This is a new technology. This is a new way of exchanging data. And this is how we should go. So that's where we are now. Of course, for everyone in the community, I wish things move faster than they do. It is a longer cycle. It is a big decision for a central bank to decide to deploy a CBDC. That's why you don't see many of them doing that right away. But the work is being done behind the scenes, and we continue to build. We leverage not only HCS, but we also use HTS, Hedera Token Service, to natively mint the token on the Hedera ledger. And then we see a lot of value proposition around interoperability. We are working right now on the digital dollar project. You'll hear more about that in the coming months, on where we're testing use cases like stable coins that are backed by CBDC. We're now testing cross-border payment solutions on the Hedera network as well. So imagine 2 CBDCs deployed on Hedera, and then having the fintech ecosystem bring in their apps to provide that interface for the users to initiate transfers from one CBDC to another in a very
Hold on a second. Did you guys not catch that? Did you hear what she just said? 2 CBDCs to be deployed on what? Yeah, we heard that right. Crazy stuff. Let's get a little bit more into this.
seamless way, and have all that recorded on the ledger right away and visible and auditable, and having a liquidity mechanism that is unprecedented.
Yeah, I heard this earlier and I said to myself, this is definitely one we have to share with the community. Pretty breaking to hear this, newsworthy, I should say. Interesting stuff. I mean, I think Hedera's HBAR is definitely standing out, and more people are understanding that it's just not, a couple layers of utility. I mean, it's massive. I love watching those old particular lectures from Dr. Lehman Baird, like from 2017 and so on, at where is it? At a particular university in Dallas, where he's doing those particular, was it Reuters? I forgot which one it was. Anyway, it's just really interesting to hear that man lecture, and he's really passionate. I mean, that guy is so incredibly smart. He's a scientist, for crying out loud. And why? You guys know me. I mean, I love listening to what Gilbert Verde has to offer with Quant. But if I had to pick one person as far as being like, this guy's incredibly smart, to say the least, I would to say Dr. Lehman Baird takes the cake. But that's not me creating tribalism, just me telling it like it is. Calvin, according to Tim Shea, Calvin, I have some real Bitcoin. BSV and the rest are just alts. Well, BSV says, cool cat. Love you some Tom Shea butter. Jeez, should try it. XCC, every time I hear that, I think, yes, gonna go see, or yes, gonna see some ish. Then, oops, it's XCC, the cryptocurrency. Huh, I don't think I follow what you're saying, but that's all right. Let's go further down. All right, Aaron Ripplehow. Hello from down under. Well, cool, man. Am I pronouncing your name right, or is it more like, like your combination of like German and Australian is just like, I don't know, hello, welcome from down under, or is it, Guten Tag, welcome from down under? I mean, that won't make no sense either. Anyway, Brian Dowie, crypto, video games, and shea butter. Can we not get excited already? That sounds more like Larry. Larry would say that, huh? All right. Smash that like if you haven't done so already. Thank you very much for being here. GS states, Brian, just add Carolina to that one and done. Sweet Caroline. Bomb, bomb, bomb. HBAR Governing Council for the win. Yes. GS, if you asked him politely, you might get a low 5. Geez. Yeah, I guess so. All right. Larry, 62 likes, 62 XRP. Well, Larry, HBAR will enslave us all one day. Oh, geez. But F it. May as well make some money until then. Oh, boy. Tim Shea, Brian, great idea. Larry can dollar cost average the amount of likes each show. 1 XRP for each like. Stump Rider says HBAR with the triple thumbs up, maybe for triple C. I don't know. Cool Cat Crypto. Yes, HBAR is a good one. Oh, yes. Wow. That was something. All right. Brian Dowie, let's hope so. When it blows up, we all hope he owns some. Yes, true. At least Larry has HBAR and come on, guys, and XLM. Let's not forget he has XLM. And there's some other ones he has. I think he might even have. I don't know if he has Polygon, but never mind. HBAR pack. Yes, Larry has XLM, and I think he's part of that wolf pack. Oh boy, here we go. I'm technically part of the wolf pack because I'm holding. You want to talk about, they say, hold on for dear life. I mean, come on, man. I've held on for dear life and then some. Calvin states, hold on, read this. Larry got out of Mononoke. Jeez. Calvin states, appreciate you guys. Thanks for the feedback and fun banter about the days of Atari and faking out 80s video games with a flat and 5-cent coins on a string. Love it. Have a great night. Well, thank you very much, Calvin. Coolcast says, oh yeah, HBAR will run away, way up. All right, let me see where we're at. Every governing council member for HBAR is going to use it. Very good point. And we're about 2 hours and 17 minutes into the show. Let me state. I will state this for those that are still connected. When it comes to that Monday show, our target is anywhere from 1 hour and 15 minutes to like 1.5 hours at the very, very latest, like 2 hours, unless it's something crazy. I mean, I gotta admit, like if it was like just nonstop, great numbers, a lot of people there, and so I mean, we possibly go, but that's our target range is 1 hour 15 minutes to 2 hours. A nice back and forth conversation, and of course, engage with you guys as well. Just have some really good balance. I'm looking forward to that show. HBAR is the fastest too. Yeah, I'm convinced on that. No, I know you stated that before in the past. HBAR sends instantly, less than 1 second. Yeah, it's really, really impressive. All right, let's go ahead and highlight that. Let's get back on track. We have some LCX news for you. Not a lot, but there is an update. So with that said, let me just go ahead and get into this. So it's a short update. Guten Tag. Welcome to Crypto Talk Now. We have some news in regards to the Liechtenstein exchange. It states, we are currently experiencing a technical issue on our platform. Please refrain from initiating any actions until a formal announcement is made on our official channels. Thank you for your patience as we work to resolve the issue. Short update for our community. Guten Tag. We are experiencing a huge demand and our system is at capacity. It's great to see so many new signups and growth of our platform. Please excuse that some services are slower than normal. Our tech team is handling the additional demand and scaling the infrastructure. All services should be back to full operations shortly. We keep you updated. Wallet infrastructures and funds are separate and are not impacted. Deposits and withdrawals are working flawlessly. That is the Liechtenstein exchange update. With that said, we'll kick it back to the comments. Dunka. All right, here we go. Next on the list, we have the one and only Brian Dowie. States, looking forward to Monday's show. Well, thank you very much. Kev Cleveland likes that, huh? All right, well, Crypto Talk Now, news and entertainment, right? Are you not entertained? Even though there's only 31 people here, it's all right. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes into the show. Can't expect there to be like a ton of people, but it's cool to have you. Count Dracula. Yeah, if it was Count Dracula, it'd be, a little bit different with that. It would be much, much more different. But anyway, let's get more into our particular coverage. We have a little bit more. And yes, it's the moment that you have been waiting for. It is Corey Klepston. ETH is a scam. Here's why, according to what was posted from Mike Cornwell. Mike was probably like, is he ever going to freaking talk about this? Jeez, I got to get to bed. All right. So here it is. And, Corey Klepston. Count Dracula. ETH is a scam. Here's why. All right, let's go ahead and play it.
You have some very, very big concerns regarding Ethereum. You recently tweeted a meme, and basically the meme calls Buterin the long con prince. What do you mean by that?
Ethereum is a long con. This thing is sort of broken theoretically from the beginning, trying to pack way too much functionality into a layer one protocol. Bitcoin is the internet of money. So if you think about that being layer one, the Lightning Network being layer two, we'll see other layers develop on top of it. And that's how protocols and distributed network architecture actually works. Ethereum tried to create way too much functionality at the base layer. All proof of stake networks are doomed from the start. It's subject to politics and it's subject to controls, and it's just sort of centralizing over time. They're basically just fiat. This thing is going to be a big blow up in the end. It's just a matter of time.
Wow, a lot to unpack there.
That wasn't too shabby, Mike. Thanks for sharing that, man. That was pretty awesome. Pretty impressive. I think, if anything, you just made Cool Cat Crypto's day. All right. So shout out to Triple C. Also glad to be able to share that with you guys. Thanks again, Mr. Mike Cornwell. On top of that, we have now what we're going to kick it into, which is Casper news. Yes, Casper. No, I'm not talking about the friendly ghost. So if anything, look at this right here. I'm going to go ahead and share this in a way you can see it. So here it is. And look at this, guys. I saw this earlier today. And this guy at the very top, a lot of people follow him. I do follow him on YouTube. It's Mason versus Luis. He has 150,000 subscribers or followers, roughly. I don't know how many he has on YouTube. I know he does a lot. But it says, which coin is a must-hold for 2023 and beyond? And this is one that's on my short list. I'm not into it yet, but I am going to be soon. And that's basically his Casper. So listen to this. A must-hold for 2023 and beyond, must read. I'm going to blow this up. And here it is from Casper Labs. So it states specifically, look at this. We'll be back in Davos this January. That already happened. Sponsoring the Blockchain Hub. Now it states, in connecting with some of the world's largest companies, which they already did from around the world, and on how organizations are driving positive business outcomes with blockchain technology, and will be live streaming the whole event from Casper Labs YouTube page. Of course, that already happened. Now listen to this. They're going to be expanding partnerships. Listen to this again, with IBM and Hyperledger. Now, as we know, IBM already has quite a few partnerships, to say the least, right? You have, for instance, HBAR. Now you see this with, for instance, Casper. On top of that, announcing another partnership with a Fortune 100 company in the coming weeks. you also see that they are SOC2 compliant, and they're on the verge of reaching SOC2 Type 2 compliance. When this happens, if you're wondering what the heck is this all about, they'll be the only blockchain organization, listen to this, to hold this designation, further cementing our reputation as the enterprise grade blockchain. Not just one of them, but the enterprise grade blockchain. They're rolling out this whole thing in also Chengdu Chain in partnership with BSN. Casper will be the official blockchain for the Chengdu prefecture in China. All blockchain development activity there will be happening, listen to this, on Casper. All on Casper. Casper 2.0 is also coming out in the Q3 of 2023, and that's literally right around the corner. And there's so much focus on what's going to happen for Q2 and Q3. Q2, obviously, we're going to have the whole thing with, for instance, ISO 222 right around maybe like a week before that. And then on top of that, everything with the CBDC rollouts by, was it summer? Like June and so on. It's going to be massive, to say the least. This is a must read. Like I mentioned, I showed this to you guys. That's all I have in regards to Casper, but I thought it was really, really impressive. I mean, to be, for instance, the premier one with this partnership that they have, to be the official blockchain of Chengdu prefecture in China. As we know, China, they have all those crypto bans, to say the least. That's going to be a massive wave, to say the least, of having a great amount of volume come in. When you saw, for instance, those other guys who reported that, that we shared a couple nights ago, maybe 3 nights ago, I don't know, where they stated that Casper is going to, the lid is going to blow off the top. Yeah, I could basically draw the connection here, because I'm understanding if you're literally having the official blockchain of the Chengdu prefecture in China, which is a blockchain development that's going to be the official one, and there really isn't any for China. Again, perfect case of supply and demand. Why wouldn't I get excited about that? Anyway, I'm going to kick it back into the comments. We do have a little bit more, I believe, in regards to our coverage. Let's see. We do. The last 2 things that will be finalizing the show before we wrap up is Jasmy news. So if this is what you're connecting to, stay tuned. We will get into that in a bit. Let's read the last few comments that we have. But yeah, Kev, I forgot to welcome you earlier, my friend. Sorry about that. Kev, welcome back. Glad to see you here again. Really cool to see you back. Let's see here. Brian Dowie says ETHgate is a real thing. They already says staking is what makes it a security. Brian Dowie, SEC was supposed to go after Ethereum, then Clayton received $15 million, and then they go after Ripple. Good point. Even Cool Cat Crypto saying Casper is a great project. Well, thanks for that, Cool Cat. So yes, by all means, guys, if you haven't done so already, please smash that like. That's all we ask, especially on your way out, or if you're coming in. Let's kick it into the Jasmy news. Jasmy has been one of the ones that we've been covering quite a bit here at Crypto Talk Now, and I'm glad to do so. Kind of trying to, just like crypto, supply and demand, right? There's a real niche for this particular community. So let's get into that. We do have 2 particular news headlines for you in regards to specifically Casper. Here it is. And it's from Saiyan1K, who happens to be an analytical thinker who does the Jasmy amongst other things. All right. He states, and he released this. A lot of people released this. I went with his because it was a lot more convenient. It's the 2023 Jasmy roadmap. And let's face it, last year when it came to Jasmy, just with the brief amount of time I spent into it, their roadmap and with what they mentioned was very vague, right? Very unimpressive. It was kind of like, meh, right? Now it's really starting to, like, oh, cool. You guys got something solid here. So the ecosystem is being built out. Patience, just like ALBT, patience. Wax on, wax off, Daniel-san. All right. 2023 roadmap. Look at this. So, for instance, Q1 2023, you had the fan token. Yeah, fan token. Now, some people have been talking a little bit more in regards to this. I'm going to try to take more of a deeper dive into this, so be on the lookout for that not necessarily tomorrow, but soon. There's an update. So it states the fan token update content and development platform. On top of that, secure PC release of English version integrated with Avita's function. You have, for instance, the PDL developed on an AI engine. Yeah, AI. And on top of that, a community update, which they'll launch the Jasmy grant. We were talking about grants for Hedera. How about this? A Jasmy grant. Cool stuff. On top of that, you see, for instance, by Q3 2020, Q2, I'm sorry, 2023, a little bit more in regards to this. So they're going to organize the Fan Appreciation Day event and implement an in-app purchase function. That's cool because if anything, we're seeing more utility for Jasmy. Good stuff. You have this thing called PDL, develop an AI engine. Then on top of that, you have this thing called PF development, decide carbon credit consortium specifications. Like this whole thing about carbon credits is definitely getting brought up more and more. It's becoming a thing. It's not just some conspiracy thing. And of course, you see what's going on further out into Q3 2023 and even Q4 by roughly sometime in Q3. So what is that? Basically was it March, April, some of those particular months, May, the release support of mutual support function, conduct data marketing verification, develop carbon credit consortium, like I mentioned, and then last, by the Q4, the end of the year, for Jasmy on that particular roadmap, you have the development of the Jasmy coin investment function. I would like to know a little bit more in regards to that. I'll have to look into that. The start data value exchange, an actual exchange, and development of carbon credit consortium. Now, I would imagine, I just want to state this. This is how I gather things, right? Could be wrong, but I think I might be right on this. The reason why we're seeing the thing about this whole thing with this exchange in the future is, if anything, like, think about the timing of this. So by having the unbanning of the stable coins, Tether's USDT, Circle's USDC, those pairings will come back. Well, it would make sense that they would have some kind of function to make this work with exchanges and so on in the future. That's just what I gather. Could be wrong. But, they can't just release this right at the same time of the unbanning of this particular stable coins. If anything, to have something put into place to make it that much easier, that makes sense. Does that mean that the timing will be right with all this, where we'll see tremendous amount of demand for Jasmy by the end of the year? Could very well be. But if anything, I think it's consistent that we do have, just like a lot of these other ones, the accumulation phase that I believe that we're in. And as we know, after accumulation phase, there could be huge gains for quite a few different crypto projects. Not stating that Jasmy will be one that just all of a sudden pop off, but my magic moment for Jasmy definitely will be what's going to happen by June, as soon as the unban happens. Is it going to be a perfect case of buy the rumor, sell the news? I don't know. But there's something to be said when you're going to have a massive wave of volume of people, for instance, from Japan, are going to have access to that. There's going to be nothing bad, in my opinion, to come from that. That's going to be a really good thing, because that's a whole way more influx of holders for Jasmy, to say the least. All right, we have a little bit more in regards to some of this. It is in regards to Jasmy. Here it is. So, did you know 440 million Jasmy was just transferred between Binance and 8Wall to Binance 14 for a total of 500 million tokens moved in just 2 days. My goodness. Wallet now holds, listen to this, 13.5 billion tokens, and that equals to 27% of all Jasmy. Wow. Let's zoom in. Here it is. From Binance 8 out to Binance 14. There's the quantities. Really, really interesting, to say the least. All right. When you kick it back into the comments, thank you for being here, especially those who watch from the beginning to the end. Hashtag marbles, Jasmy. All right. The Bitcoin in Japan should do big things next bull run. I totally agree with you on that particular statement. Well, guys, I think that is going to wrap up the show. I'm just going to double check on a couple things. Yeah, I think that's about it. So thanks again, guys, for watching our show. I'm really looking forward to the Bitcoin Japan should do a big thing. Oh, yeah, right. Highlight that one. Really looking forward to this whole new show with Sean Crypto Smith on Mondays. We do still have our normal shows, for instance, every single day of the week. But if anything, this Mondays is going to be referred to as Utility Talk Now. It's going to be every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Of course, we still have the crypto roundtables at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on Wednesdays. And then you do see, like, for instance, Larry on the weekends. Sometimes I'll be there depending on, what's going on and so on. But nonetheless, content every single day, live shows every day, recorded videos every day, shorts, you name it. Glad to bring it to you guys. Follow us for instance, you can follow me at DPGmaximus on Twitter, and you can follow Larry at Crypto Talk Now 21. And have a great night, everybody. I tip my hat to you all. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same station. Have a blessed night. Peace out.